think it was. Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Well, I saved myself there. But Nuke, I mean, 75% win rate for Divine Vendetta and 0% for Lucid Dream here, Blood.
Yeah, but I'm also gonna... Well, alright, so Mirage pick coming in, that's not a surprise. Now, Lucid Dream, the G, Beyond, these teams, these are the teams who know, well, like Beyond, for example, the best team in Mirage in Asia, if you ask me, one of the best at the very least. And then you have Nuke coming in, where I know Lucid can play Nuke, and we saw them against D13, that was messy. However, when we saw the Divine Vendetta play this map, it was such a clean, convincing win over Invictus, right? So I believe both the maps, I think they're each going to win their own map picks, and heading in Inferno, I just feel like it's going to be up in the air, which one's going to come out. I agree with Mitch and Dinko, this one's really, really hard to call, but I'm going to bring in a little bit of a factor which we haven't spoken about, the ping issue. So far, Divine Vendetta, the teams have played against Mazalai and Invictus, they're both from China and Mongolia, so they play in the Singapore server, while Divine Vendetta from the Middle East. So it's kind of like midpoint for them. Thailand is literally next to Singapore. So ping advantage, they do have that going. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is, you know, with the current world scenario, the situation and everything. But that little thing might give them the edge for the Thai team.
Okay, well, I think the game is about ready to go. Obviously, I want to give a big shout out to PGL, putting out a 4K stream over on YouTube and, of course, Facebook. So if you don't want to see our faces on Twitch, head over to one of those, put it up on your big screen TV if you can run 4K and enjoy in all its gloriousness. So let's get underway now with our second game of the day here. Blend Dinko, take it away.
Thank you very much, Jason. Yeah, we can watch this in 4K, we can watch all of the action, and well, coming up next, of course, is probably the closest game of the day. Actually, I'm not going to say that. I think Tyloo, Vici, that could be a close one, but here we go. Lucid Dream taking on Divine Vendetta. Lucid Dream have looked rough with Divine Vendetta, been somewhat surprising, pleasantly surprising, and now it's going to be the T side heading in towards middle with quite a few players towards the A-bomb site. A little bit of utility purchased up here for the Lucid Dream side, and what Dov he's holding in towards window.
Yeah, he spots all three players coming on out. Molotov's going to keep him at bay for the time being. Execute coming in. They're going to be wrapping around. Two players pushing in. The spacing is off. 789 just runs out with the C4. Trey doesn't come in. Now Fox, there's no need to take the fight. He wants to get the bomb down. So he's got his... He's going to plant a bomb right next to the triple box. So, man advantage for Divine Vendetta, but Leaf replies back. Quick kill on a Pokemon. He's trying to flank in. He was trying to just come in, rotate in from the short position. Now, with his position there for Leaf and the USP picked up, this retake is looking rough indeed. They don't have a smoke. They need to find the kills. Edge Ram looking for a second kill. John Alton, a quick double, looking for more. Might pick up a third kill as well. And with that, Davdov is going to be left. And there's nothing he can do here. Denko is going to get destroyed. John Alton, 4K out of nowhere. Despite losing the man early on, Lucid Dream, well, off to a flying start.
Yeah, off to a brilliant start into Mirage. And of course, I think they have to win this map. We already seen Divine Vendetta looking fantastic over on Nuke. Highlighted it perfectly in the pre-match. I think at this point, it's a must-win over here on the side of Mirage. And so, Lucid Dream, they've got the AK-47s in play, two of them, and the rest on MAC-10s. All the utility purchased up, and Divine Vendetta on the Deagles and the Scout. We know what this team can do with these.
Yeah, but for Divine Vendetta, what I enjoyed, I mean, I'm not really going to dig too much into the Mazalai matchup, because that got a little, was a little scrappy affair. I want to read more into how they played against Invictus right now. If you look at the first and the last map, yeah, they lost to Invictus being the better team. I don't think we can deny that. But how they played Nuke is what impressed me so very much. 9 rounds on the T side, and then 7 clean rounds. They won convincingly, 16-10 on Nuke. That's a convincing scoreline right there. But when it came to Inferno and Dust 2, it got a little messy. When they had to take those fights, it got messy. One thing we know about the Lucid Dream guys, I think, is the fact that, yeah, they're not at the level of Beyond. Yes, they have like 3 new players playing in this lineup, but individually speaking, they do have what it takes. Like someone like Leaf, for example, who has shown they can just clutch 1v2s. I don't think we've seen a 1v4 from him yet, but that could be coming on out. So you don't want to give players like John Alton, like PTC, Leaf, and even the other 2 players, even Fox and 789, these opportunities where they can get a kill and fall on back. So for Divine Vendetta, they need to rely on the protocols and the prep work that they've done coming into the series, especially on Nuke and maybe on Inferno if we do see it later on. And while for Lucid Dream, well, they really have nothing to lose here. They have a lot to lose, but for them, there's not much of expectations from us and from even maybe some of the other teams playing the tournament. So for them, it's about just playing to their strengths, and the strengths are the individuals that they have in this lineup.
Well, John Olsen trying to hold back On the ramp, Ezram looking to go into it. Pick a fight. Avdov shuts down 789. Tyke as well on the USP, and this is a little bit too much damage for my liking so far. Lucid Dream are just going to slow things down a little bit. Luckily, the mid player is coming down through the connector. Leaf is ready. He'll find 2 kills. Now just Avdov left alone until 1 versus 3. They'll be relatively happy with the damage that they've done. They've taken down 2 players. That's going to be 2 investments having to come into this next round. Off the back of 0 investment, really, for Divine Vendetta.
Yeah, it's picked up the MAC-10 as well. Like you said, gets another kill. That's more than mission accomplished for Divine Vendetta. Obviously, don't see them winning this round. But get that MAC-10 in, get a kill, $600 extra. Even if you get taken down, it's fine. You don't have any Kevlar. You can easily. Ooh, CZ comes out. Wants this kill. But yeah, it's not going to find it. But still, they have the money, $5,900 for Davdov, and that should be the AWP coming out for the man. And for the rest of Divine Vendetta as well, rifles going to be coming out, M4s, utility, and all of the good stuff. As they will be heading into, we will be heading into the first buy round here. But at least based off an eye test so far, Lucid Dream, they're looking pretty confident, I might say. But it's still early days.
Yeah, they're looking confident, but it comes down into this first gun round to see if they've still confidence instilled upon them. Because when we take a look at what Divine Vendetta have, it's the all about the hands of Davdov. He's an incredible player with it. Outside the rifles, all the utility available now for Divine Vendetta. And while Lucid Dream is setting up outside of the A-bomb site. 3 players down in towards the ramp area with the utility. Up inside of Palace. 4 actually, down in towards ramp. Well, Davdov just going to be holding back from CT. Smoke should come in and get rid of his position. And then we look to Ezram, who's the only player playing in front of the smokes really here at this point. So here come the execute. It's going to be the... one of the smokes has actually come back a little bit there for the T side. The stair smoke failing. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. Now they move forward on towards the bomb site. Flashes up. Completely blinded. Lucid Dream. That smoke is actually causing so many issues for them. Ezram takes down Fox. And now we've got a man advantage in play for Divine Vendetta.
How do you...
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah, how do you fail a stair smoke? That's like the easiest smoke probably in Counter-Strike. But they haven't really budged yet. They're still wary. They still don't know. They just saw the one player. They saw the smokes coming in. They just got the 1 kill. And after that, Lucid Dream taking their time. 35 seconds on the clock. They need to make a little bit of some play here. Smoke's going to be used up. That's the last smoke they have remaining. Ooh, a couple of flashes as well, but there we go. Smoke towards connector. They push on up. Edram finding leave. That's a big kill. Edram at 12 HP finds another frag. Davdov going for the spam. He gets some damage in, but PTC and 789 the reply back, making it 3v3. 789 looking for more, and the timing is great. He's going to find Tyke. It's all gone wrong once again, Dinko. And Havoc's going to be left alone. 1v3 bomb down. There's nothing he can do. Can't even blame him. He might just get this kill into 789, which he will, but I don't really fancy his chances. 18 seconds. I would just say fall on back. It's not worth it.
He hasn't got a kit, so what is he doing now? I guess just trying to load every play, but Lucid Dream have money. They won their first couple of rounds now in a row. They got the bomb plant down. Yeah, I'm not. That was just a terrible round from start to finish from both teams, really. Lucid Dream, how do you feel the stair smoke? I mean, it feels so badly. It comes off of Tetris, it looked like, bounced back in front of the ramp. It actually gives so many opportunities for Divine Vendetta to pick up those initial kills. If it wasn't for these playmakers in the form of 789 and PTC, well, the round's probably done there. But 4-0 up. Lucid Dream, I mean, they'll be happy they've got that done, but I mean, coming into this, you can't really be feeling it execute. I don't think they will be again. I think that's just kind of a one-off. Hopefully.
Hopefully being the word there. Oh, fancy camera angle change, and we head to T-spawn. There we go. I love it. I love these things. I remember seeing it the first time, I think, when they did it at the PGL major in Krakow. And I was just like, I had to do a double take, because I was having a couple of beers, and I'm like, wait, what the hell was that? Like, am I drunk? Am I seeing things? What's going on? But nice little chunky nade there. PDC. Ooh, spots out a player. Oh, we could have just held the angle. That would have been Havoc being headless. But yeah, the Lucid Dream, like you said, off to a very good start. One my field dive for Divine Vendetta is I am confident in this team. Like they have proven me wrong when they were even called Camel Riders. I was like, yeah, you know what, you guys are just gonna get completely stomped out. Don't really see a chance for you guys. But in RMR, they took out D13. That's not bad at all. They lost to Mazda, but they took down D13, a team who we know can do a lot of work. They put in the fight. We saw that game against Invictus. They won Nuke very convincingly. Now, even the other two maps, it was pretty solid. A showing overall. Havoc coming in, replacing Misty, definitely an upgrade in the firepower for this lineup. So I feel like the only weakness that Divine Vendetta have is, and it's just a ping issue, right? And that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Which is why the Asian minor is so very crucial, so important for the Asian region, is because that's one of the few LAN events in Asia where we have every team from all over the largest continent on Earth coming together to play on LAN. So it's unfortunate that it's not there due to the COVID situation. But right now, Fox pushing on in, spots another player on the site. It's careful to drop on down because the two CTs, they set up a crossfire. Tyke is there, but it's all a ruse, Denko. They spot a couple of players out, and immediately the bomb makes its way towards underpass. John Olsen finds edge ramps. Just one kill going away with Pokemon, but he's got an AK. There is a chance he can do a little bit more of damage, but Leaf just comes running with P250. What an absolute nutcase, Denko.
Well, Davdov going down, and that's getting 5-0 up for Lucid Dream. Money back in the bank here for Divine Vendetta. They'll be able to purchase up again. Just touching back on that point, you do bring up the point that Asia is the largest continent on Earth, and you've got so many different regions all over the place, right? And I know, obviously, South America and North America being two different continents, but a lot of tournaments actually combine them and call it just the Americas, right? So during this tournament, I mean, we do have a South American tournament and a North American one. I think there could be a good possibility if we just kind of divide Asia a little bit and get I think that could definitely work, but it's just, again, is there enough teams to be able to make two solid tournaments?
I feel like the Middle Eastern region on its own should be kind of like called, like, I feel like it should be like Europe and Middle East, because physically it's closer enough, but it's also unfortunate for the Middle Eastern region because that means they have to compete with EU teams. And, well, I mean, that's the hardest region of Counter-Strike, right? So it's kind of unfair that they are, geographically speaking, politically speaking, a part of Asia, but, hold on, Havoc, oh, that should have been a kill for him immediately, and he will recover, but 789 getting those two kills, oh, it's just fallen apart, like, hasn't it? There's still a player towards the A bomb site, though, and it is going to be edge jump. Gets spotted out, but 789 is just going for the kills. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my.
Almost gets to fourth as well. Tyke down to 34 HP. Leaf going for the plant towards short. Bullets flying his direction from Havoc, and now it's a 2v2. And PDC's far away. PDC's actually got a perfect angle. Havoc's going to get caught on out, and that is going to be Tyke left alone, and Leaf just... I don't know why he faces, but he faces anyway. And of course, it's going to be the Rapalooza 6-0. Nothing going away with Divine Vendetta. But I think you have a very good point there with like splitting it up. But trust me, the Middle Eastern teams are going to make a scene of it. And I wouldn't blame them. They're like, we have a chance. We'd rather play 150 or 120 ping against Chinese teams than have to play against, let's say, Big. Or, you know, the EU teams, right?
Or Fnatic for that case, because it always seems to be in these qualifiers.
Or Fnatic, and it's going to be very hard, but that's the only real way. And it's not because of servers not being there, it is physically. And I've spoken to a few network engineers, I've spoken to people who know a lot more about networking computers than I do. It is physically impossible to have a fair server from, you know, for the Middle Eastern region as a whole. Like, there are literally no lines running through certain countries. So let's say you might be neighboring countries, and you're going to ping 300 to each other. And there's no common server. Like, you know, it's very weird. Like, some countries in the Middle East, like, I'm not going to say Turkey, but like something like Jordan, they'll ping pretty good to EU. Look at Woxic, for example. He's from Turkey, right? And he can play FPL. He used to play FPL back in the day over there. And they get like super, super high ping. But sorry, they get pretty low ping, 60, 70 playable, while the rest of the Middle East, they get like over 150. But anyway, right now, getting back to the action. A couple of kills going away with Divine Vendetta. I just go off on a tangent. I do apologize. I kind of go full podcast mode when it comes to Asian CS. It's a problem. I'm speaking to some professionals about it.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, this kind of round is one of the rounds where There shouldn't be too much happening, but then again, it is Divine Vendetta. And oh no, the shots are coming through, the damage is being done, and it is the caster's curse after all. Fox is the last remaining player. 1 versus 3 as he sprints to the B-bomb side, but the chances of winning this round, very slim now that he's incredibly low in HP. 19 health points, 3 players to collect who now have a rifle in play, the AK-47 in the hands of Havoc. No kit, another AK though. They've got plenty of time to play with. He starts to run in, and there's the trade kill. It was almost guaranteed to happen. Well, Divine Vendetta, they get their first round off the back of pistols. In these first 2 gun rounds, they've kind of lost track of Lucid. They haven't really been able to compete. But when it matters, they show up, dapped over the scout, getting these shots down through the smoke. Weakens the attack up in towards B, and Lucid Dream just hemorrhaged too many players.
Yeah, and what was Leaf doing there? Like, what was Leaf? It's almost like he went AFK. John Nelson crosses before the smoke blooms.
Just questionable stuff from Lucid Dream. A little complacent, perhaps, going up against the pistols.
Good shots, though, from Divine Vendetta. Can't take anything away from them.
For sure.
They keep 2 alive. They retrieve 2 AK-47s, definitely an upgrade. But you got to remember, apart from Pokemon and Havoc, who survived that eco round, the rest of them, they're still kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the money. So if they lose this one, they might again have to go for an ego and leave. Oh, I think he's got to read right. And he just gets to 1 kill, but that's information conveyed. They know where one of the CTs is, an edge ramp, trying to get the hell out of there as quick as possible. We have Davidoff with the op providing cover, a little bit of an escape route for him, and that should be the little window that edge ramp needed to make his escape. I like the patience from Lucid Dream. I know a few Asian teams who would, the second they realize a player there, they would just hold W and try to get a trade immediately. Try to get the man advantage back. But Lucid Dream, being patient, calm, composed. I like this.
Back to A they go, just sprinting on in. 789 has been fantastic so far, a lot of impactful kills, but he's going to be fully committing to Underwood, and Ezram is going to be there with a headshot. They throw the smoke down to really cause a few issues. Usually if a player is playing Underwood, they'll throw that smoke to get rid of the Molotov, but there's no one there, and that attracts the attentions of 789 towards the Underwood position, allowing Havoc an easy kill, but that's a big swing from Fox right to the dome of Ezram. Now we're back into a 3 versus 3.
That was a CD smoke, right, towards Shadow?
Definitely seemed like it. Couldn't quite notice, but the way it was set up, it had to be.
If it was a CD smoke, that's just genius. The timing. That should have been a kill for Havoc, but he's gonna get caught out. At least, well, get spotted out, taken down to 46 HP. John Alton in PDC. Unfortunately, the Clutch Meister Leaf isn't alive anymore, and PDC gets taken down. I think they should know. I think they should have an inkling where he's going to be. And there we go. Havoc reading it right. Brilliant flank. Despite the fact that he got spotted out, still gets 2 kills. Divine Vendetta, they win a round. They needed to win. They will retrieve the AW. Oh, no. Okay, actually, they go for the 3 AKs. And fair enough. I think they have the money for an op to be dropped over by Havoc onto Davidoff if needs be. But it looks like they're going to be playing with the 5 rifles.
I think Divine Vendetta is starting to get into this a little bit more. They're starting to feel a bit more comfortable, making the confident plays, keeping track of Lucid Dream, getting information. That was something they really struggled with. If you remember back, 789 was able to get into these aggressive positions in jungle. They had players before PTC down into a CT. They just weren't ready. And now that they've kind of taken matters into their own hands, a little bit more proactive, getting the information is really working out for them. Pokemon and Tyke taking the 2 early kills. PTC fights back, and what? Nearly the second in towards Connector. He dropped Pokemon down very low in HP. Davidoff hiding to the right side of window.
Oh,
okay,
no.
PTC, easy headshot, follow up as well before he goes down, and Fox will assist in taking down Davidoff. It's just Havoc, the B player. He's taking away 1 kill, but now the 1 versus 1, and he takes a straight up fight. John Olsen goes down, and Havoc, the MVP for Divine Vendetta, a round that looked lost, he pulls it off in the 1 versus 2.
I don't know how he won that final deal. Was it? I think it was almost a 1v3 as well. He got the first kill towards the player in Connector. Greater positioning. I feel like if John Alton had just committed to the fight alongside his teammate, didn't give Havoc a chance to like breathe there, that could have definitely been the round. But great round again from Havoc, take nothing away from them. But for Lucid Dream, it's more about how much damage you're doing to the money, right? City side economy, always very hard to maintain. There you have it. Havoc, also known as the utility file. 15 grenades used already very early on in the game. And a defuse as well. He's definitely been the MVP so far in this game. at least for the side of Divine Vendetta.
Yeah, definitely the most proactive, and he's very consistent. No matter what opponent he's going up against, he seems to be very, very consistent for this team. Obviously, consistency matters. That makes a reliable player. And now 6-3. Lucid Dream, they're down to the final few dollars in the bank now. They lose this round, and well, they're gone. Well, Havoc over towards A this time, pushing Palace with his teammate Pokemon. How many times do we talk about Pokemon getting involved in these opening duels? He loves to just take the fight to his opponents. He's got so much info here as well. Because Havoc's been so good on these flanks, you can trust him to make these solo plays. Initially has the help in Palace ready if there's a trade needed, but now that he's got himself into the Palace position, he can flank. He needs to be careful of this ramp play. He's not going to look, he's going to spot, and there's the kill from Havoc. John Olsen going down. That's one of the players removed already from Lucid Dream, and a couple of issues starting to arise now for the time roster.
Worst thing being the bomb. Someone please go for the bomb.
I think 7-8-9 was like, bombs here by the way. It's like, nope, we're just going to go for the kills. Tide takes one, 7-8-9 with the back 10, now switches out to the AK-47. PTC has been tasked with recovering the bomb itself, and now Davidoff looking to hold the B-bomb site. 7-8-9 and Fox though, the kills are coming in, and that's all that matters right now. As the rotation has to come back, and the bomb, it's going towards A just as the players rotate. This is an ingenious but mad round from Lucid Dream.
How have they recovered this? It just like everything aligning for the T's. They take the B bomb side, then rotation takes place. Bomb runs A. Havoc's gonna push on, and he's not gonna expect. What? Get deleted. Absolutely wrecked. PDC left now in a 1v2. The Molotov in the hands of Havoc. If he tosses it towards a connector,
sorry, towards now, the utility.
That should be it. Oh, flash works.
Havoc, you got a molly.
Use it.
There we go. PTC has a Molotov as well, but he's going to just take the straight up fight. Havoc going down. PTC saves the team, but my God, what was that round? I think we literally seen action on every single part of the map.
That was insane. That was one of the most. It wasn't a bad round, mind you. It's just I'm just trying to wrap my head around how they managed to bring that back. And also, Havoc just going to the murder.
Oh, no.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that was nuts. He just speeds through. I think when you have to almost do that, because when you're going through that murder hole, you know you're playing a retake coming in for the B-bomb site. Yeah. That's the only way you ever get out of that alive. Oh my God, Havoc. That's quick.
That was just sick. I think individually, like we know Pokemon had an insane game against Marzalai, where I feel like Havoc. The crazy thing is he's been around for such a long time. I remember casting him from back in 2015, 2014 even, and he has just been like one of the best players from the Middle Eastern region since then, and he's still continuing his form. We have all these new youngsters coming in, but a little bit of gap in the smoke there, but unfortunately, ooh, okay. Gotta remember, this is a forced buy from Divine Vendetta. They've lost the 2 pistols, but they AWP in the hands of Havoc, dabbed off with the M4 and the MP9. At this point, I just say save. You have too much to lose. I don't think it's really worth going for this particular take, and they're just waiting to find one more pick. Once they don't find it, they must be falling back. Oh, peekaboo, you're dead. Good night. That's gonna be the round.
BTC is playing really well right now, actually. It's pretty good at the start of this. 11-4 right now. Having a great time.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's just a lot of money and a lot of heartbreak, unfortunately, here for Divine Vendetta. They don't save anything over it. And we know they're good on pistols, so if you buy a couple of pistols around, the AWP that you saved over the rifle as well, then there's potentially a chance there for Divine Vendetta to win that round. But now with Lucid Dream picking it up, cleaning up with the MAC-10, that's a scary scenario. We go into an eco or just a little pistol buy, most likely here for Divine Vendetta. I mean, this is a Lucid Dream that I'm quite happy in seeing. I think here on Mirage, they have to win it, and they're performing very convincingly right now. So it's good to see. There's a few rounds where Havoc's been a bit of a nuisance for them, but for me right now, it is literally only Havoc.
It is, and I mean, again, it is Mirage. It's a map that the Southeast Asian, especially these Thai teams, do really enjoy playing. Nice dual play there. I love that. the contact double peek. That's more like it. I really like it when teams, you know, the spacing is on, and that's something that's always been a problem for many of these Southeast Asian teams. A Leaf, ooh, full commit spray, and he will of course survive. He sticks on around. That's all right. Teammate arriving. Mac 10. Oh, money in the bank, and this is looking grim. If you ask me, 9 rounds, 9-3. But then again, Dinko, how many halves have we seen where like, yeah, this one's done, and then it ends in a 16-14
Oh yeah,
or
I don't.
overtime.
Yeah, I think we've quickly learned over the days that we just kind of accept whatever scoreline appears in front of us. We just don't really make those assumptions or statements until the game's over. And right now, well, it is looking good for Lucid Dream, but Divine Vendetta have an opportunity to fight back as they get into this one. It's going to be Davdov with the AWP. The M4s are around it as well, and plenty, not plenty, but a bit of utility coming in here for Divine Vendetta. In fact, Edgeram doesn't have any, so that is the one weakness coming in here for Divine Vendetta. And over here for Lucid Dream, rifles across the board.
Rifles.
PTC hasn't really needed that op. He's just been incredible on the rifle.
Oh yeah, PDC is, I think we're going to see more on CT side. Havoc. One, two. He doesn't need any help. He doesn't need any help. Finally gets taken down, but my word is wreak some havoc on that T side. Just 2 members left alive right now. You can see the CT's already pushing in. John Alton aware of it. Oh, they might just line up here. John Alton and PDC chime in for a couple of kills apiece, leaving it down to 1v2. Very winnable right now for Mr. John Alton. The Molotov is definitely going to keep the CTs back. Now, the problem is, he's unaware where they are. He goes to the white swing. I don't think he saw both of them. Davdov, barely alive, internally hemorrhaging. John Alton picks up the bomb. Are they going to go for the peak is a question. Holding the line is Davdov. Nice effort from John Alton, but if he'd actually spotted both the players there, Dinko, I feel like he could maybe have won that.
Yeah, I think he played that well, to be honest. When he goes to the plant, instead of playing close up to the bomb site, he plants it and holds a wide angle, but my god, Havoc here gets them into the winnable position. 3 kills on the B-bomb site hold. He's the only player inside the site here. You know, his teammate was locked out. Luckily, at least Lucid Dream were able to pull it back into a winnable position. But Divine Vendetta, they'll get the round win. 9-4. Anybody's half still at this point. Well, not anybody's in terms of winning the half, but last 2 rounds are up for grabs here for Divine Vendetta. They win these next 2, it'll be 9-6, opening up the game entirely.
Well, Davdov with the AWP now. I think he saw, yeah, he definitely saw the that smoke being tossed from a 789, though. He's not going to go for the wallbang. Flashbang is brilliant. He comes in. Oh, the timing is terrible. Look at them. They strike like a tactical SEAL Team 6 or something. Fox looking the wrong way. Shot missed. And Fox, oh, that is just unreasonable. And we know what Havoc can do, but this is not going to work out. And Fox, my word. 4 kills in what? Like 3 kills at least in like 4 seconds.
Yeah. We're finally seeing that Fox that Mitch has been talking about this entire tournament. He is finally showing up to that extent, and that's just unbelievable. That's just deathmatch right there for Fox. And who's going to come out of the drone? It's Mr. Fox himself. 30-degree window. Can't quite see what it says. Most missed op shots.
0-degree window. I think that's what it says. Well, thank you, little bot. It's got a little eye. Is that a mouth? Looks like a mouth. It's cute.
It's a happy drone.
It's a happy drone.
PTC is already on the A-bomb side play. And that is going to go for the spray. Takes down Edgeram through the triple stack. And now Pokemon fighting back with the FAMAS. The smokes are down, luckily keeping the CT players alive for the meantime, but leaves out none of it. He goes over the top. He's going to find one and sprays, but runs out of ammo. Oh, that is awkward. Davdov fights back alongside Havoc, and now a man advantage in play for the Divine Vendetta players. How have we come to this point? Havoc's location known by 789, but the smoke goes down to CT. Flash up into the air. Are aware of this position. Now it's only 789 in the 1 versus 3, and he's going to get a double. Just one more player for 789 to win this round, and he's going to go down. Havoc with the 5-7. Another pistol picked up for Divine Vendetta. 5 rounds collected on the board. What a chaotic round it was. Lucid Dream had players out in the A-bomb site. They all crumble to the weaker weapons.
How did Havoc see him at the edge of the smoke? Can we probably have
must
a
have seen his head or some sort of shoulder popping out, because there's no way, unless he just predicted it,
I love how 709 played that though. He played that to perfection almost.
Yeah, he really did.
Wait,
Oh, he didn't even see it from my perspective there.
It's insane.
Well, this is why, shadow or something.
Yeah, something like obviously the Go TV. There we go. Yeah, I must have seen something there.
I have no idea. That has to be a sound cue.
The Go TV smoke is obviously different, right?
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? I'm just looking at the chat. A lot of Thai players, viewers in the chat.
Well,
and
hello
people
to
asking. Sorry.
Hi fans.
Yeah, a lot of Thai fans. We have someone also saying it's DV Dov, not Dev Dov. Listen, who's that? Someone in chat. Yeah, Shane. I spoke to the manager, and he said Dev Dov's fine. So I'm going to go with that. It's because I've had 5 people ask to tell me it's David off after the cigarettes. It's Dav Dov. It's DV. It's Davy. I'm like, listen. Dav Dov's good. It's Dave. His name is Dave. We're going with Dave now. John Alton, PDC, 2 quick kills. Type replies back, but John Alton with a double. Bomb down, but Edgem has a lot of work to do. John Alton calmly tapping him away. And now it's Dav Dov or Dave in a 1v2 and 1 HP.
He has an opportunity here, but the defuse is coming through. He has to peek immediately. Oh, the round's lost. Unfortunately, immediately going for the defuse. Smart call from 789. He has the defuse kit. John Olsen cleans up easily. This is not even close right now. Divine Vendetta is getting absolutely backhanded. And a couple of these rounds, 2 out of the 3 that they've been able to pick up are off the back of low buys. So this ain't so good for Divine Vendetta. And even in those rounds, it wasn't even all that convincing. This has been a really solid performance from Lucid Dream. Obviously very comfortable on Mirage. And again, another point to talk about is they've had their individuals showing up today. They've got Fox playing well, PTC and John Olsen, and Leaf has had some important frags, and 789. This is an overperformance from what I've seen before from him.
Oh, that flash is...
Oh, oh my god.
Wait, what? What happened? Can we have a slow-mo replay of that round so I can actually cast it, PGL? Thank you.
I mean, that was a 5-second round, so if we slow that down with 50%, we'll get 10 seconds. It's much better. I mean, we had some players trying to set up some execute smokes into the B-bomb side. We've seen 789 just running up straight through the underpass. Leaf takes down his own teammate. There's just so much happening here in the apartments, but luckily Leaf makes up for it, and the rest clean up for Lucid Dream. Absolute massacre. They take the fight straight to Divine Vendetta.
I just want to give a shout out to PGL because they listen.
They do. They help with your sanity. I mean, it is your birthday, Blood. They're giving you some birthday wishes. Making it come true.
I do appreciate them. Give me a cake as well. Edgeram, there's a player right next to him. Edgeram, trade him. Edgeram. Okay, there we go. 789 finds 2 to Edgeram. Edgeram finds 2 of his own as well, and suddenly PTC. Ooh, that is disgusting. I thought he'd land this jumping shot, but now it's half down. Like, why would he jump down? I don't understand. Oh, Dingo, take this one away. Hold on. I need the breather, man. I'm too old for this.
Get your healer out of the drawer, and well, it's going to be dabbed off. Down into the 1 versus 1. Presented to you by PTC. And the ball is back here towards the apartments. And well, John Olsen is in T-spawn. He's going to get there first. He's going to have eyes on the bomb. And there it is. Dabbed off running right into him, but he's going to win the infight. 6 rounds picked up for Divine Vendetta. Oh, PTC, you could have really confirmed the round win there if you just stayed alive into that 2 versus 1.
How many plays have we seen? Not just from Lucid, but generally, like they get a kill, they just jump on down. It's insane. 789.
Really good.
He's
edge round though. Oh, the second kill is so important as well. Fox just wait. There's a player in connector. You can see him jumping around. Was completely unaware, not ready for the PTC. We didn't get to see it, but he does just jump out the window after that. Just pistols out for Lucid Dream, no Molotovs to hold off this T-side offense who are coming in towards the A-bomb site with sheer force, and Pokemon spamming through the triple box will be able to take down John Olsen. And now PTC further back with the CZ75 gets out of position, and now 789, he's just dived in towards the sandwich. Another kill on the USP, and he'll finally bite the dust, and just PTC left. He's going to jump out the window again, but much better timing on this one.
Well, Havoc's going to be found. PTC being
a bit of a nuisance.
Quite mobile. Yeah, it's a bit putting in the damage, and yeah, T side money's a little bit easier, obviously, for a Divine Vendetta, but at the same time, I don't want to lose too many guns here. PDC just floating around, maybe trying to pick up a rifle once a bomb explodes. He does have a little bit of distance. Is he actually? He's going to go for the hunt, is the question, or rather go for the guns. Yeah, there he sees a rifle right in front of him. Picks up a Galil.
Right. Oh, there's a Galil as well.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a win. But Divine Vendetta, they're showing signs of life, and I'm actually happy for them.
Yeah, it's they're showing a little bit of work coming in their way, but the issue is for me that there's just so many rounds on the board right now for Lucid Dream and Divine Vendetta. With that damage done to their economy, if they lose this round, well, they're going to be messed up for the next couple, and they don't really have many rounds to throw away. So Lucid Dream, you've got an opportunity here to continue this one-sided lead as Divine Vendetta gather in the apartments. Here they go. Utility coming in. Leaf is holding on around the corner. This should be good for at least one if they come off the balcony, but they're going to go through the window. One kill, make it 3 in total for Lucid Dream, and now Edgeram, alongside his teammate Davdov, trying to get back in towards this B-bomb site, trying to find an opportunity, but Davdov is being flanked through the apartment. 789 coming around the backside, and Davdov doesn't spot him, but eventually he'll go down. That was almost an awkward engagement in the apartments, but luckily 789 gets his reward. 13-7, I clean up all the signs of life. Well, the life support got turned off, it seems, in the last round.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. He's completely shut down. And that too, it's kind of almost poetic. You know, the Galil from the hands of Leaf, he just finds one, but the fact that it just stays alive, they're making it so very big indeed. Davdov, or Dave, as we're going to be calling him now, unfortunately not able to get anything done. And with that, Lucid Dream, 3 rounds away. Here's a little Asian CS question for you, Dink. I don't know if I've told this earlier. So you might see like in Twitch chat like 55555 being typed out. Do you know what that means?
It's like ha 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 in Thai, right? Like
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. I remember from the DreamHack Asia qualifier we did.
Oh yeah, we did with the Asian, with the Thai teams, right?
Yeah, it was basically a Thai qualifier. Yeah. I think only the Thai teams got the message to sign up. That was a fun tournament, though.
That was fun. I like watching these Thai teams play each other, except for the fact that when they face off against the top dogs, which would be Tyloo, Vici, and sometimes maybe an Invictus or a Tiger, they do tend to struggle. And I feel just need to break that barrier, because if you go back a couple of years, ICS was nothing special. They used to get beaten very handily by the Vietnamese teams. They used to be beaten by the Singaporeans, especially Boot Dreamscape comes to mind. Right now, I think it goes without. No one's doubting that the best team in the region, the best country in the region, Southeast Asia, which consisting of a lot of countries, is the ICS team. And Fox runs out with no info. That is terrible. That's an abysmal hold from Lucid Dream. And this is where you just go for the save. PDC, go for the save.
I feel like they're just so confident right now, Blair, though, because they're making a lot of errors and mistakes you wouldn't make otherwise. And now they're trying to go for this. You take it saves.
Dave is burning alive, and he's going to be forced up on top, and he gets spotted out.
They could win this if they get the kills quickly. Highly unlikely, though. 789's position's almost everything in this situation, and the time is ticking. I mean, it's almost 9 times out of 10 you do not win that round, and safe call, it's not like they even have money. I'm just face spamming right now, Blair.
Yeah, I looked at the money and I was like, just save it. You know, it's a 4v3. The moment they lost the first player, I think they had a player coming up, Apps. And this is just weird. This is so weird. Leaf had no eyes on short. He should have heard them just running on up. I don't know why they ran up. John Olsen, the moment he died, that's when the 789 and PDC just fall back and save the rifles. Immediately. Instead, it's going to be pistols again, Dinko. Lucid Dream really like making the lives feel quite miserable, don't they?
They really do. They don't like to make it easy for themselves. You know, you could have a nice little round here where you go up against the pistols, but now they themselves on the pistols as they charge down in towards middle. It's Ezram with a good double Pokemon coming in to assist him. Divine Vendetta have been given an opportunity back into this half. Leaf, the last remaining player. Okay, nice shot, second as well. That's a wrist breaker. Snapped the neck of Ezram, but it's 13-9, and nice little display of skill, but not the round.
That almost reminded me of SDK from Beyond yesterday. Just pop off at a Desert Eagle. But alright, bit of damage being dealt. Keeping the money a bit honest on the side of Divine Vendetta. I like how both Lucid Dream and Beyond. And the reason I bring up those two teams are obviously they are like from the same region and whatnot. But I like the way they play their. That was some clean shots though. But yeah, I like the way they play their eco rounds. They try and go for these stacks. You're dead. Try and go for these stacks. They try and go for some cheeky plays. They try and rush mid or just rush towards an extremity of the map. And I like that. I've always been a big proponent of the fact that when you do that, it really amps your chances up. But two good openings. Leaf found out 789 found as well by Tyke towards connector. Nice timing on the peak. This could be another round for Divine Vendetta, Dinko.
And then double figures, mental switch turns on, you realize you're only 3 rounds from evening things up, and you're right back into things. Now, at this point, Divine Vendetta looking to clean up.
Heading B. Oh no. Yeah, they should be falling back towards A now. Ty just clearing out all the angles. This is smart. When you're in a 5v3 and you don't know where the CTs are, I think it is a good. It's a worthwhile risk to send one of your players up towards one of the bomb sites. It doesn't matter if he has an AK or whatever, right? Just push on in, gather information, and make a play based off of that instead of slowly creeping up and going for a contact play into a potential stack. So there we go. That was a little scary for me. Saw 4 players heading towards B bomb site with 3 CTs waiting. But yeah, Lucid Dream at least. I don't think they're going to go for a retake here, Dinko. And with that, they should at least save their weapons. However, I wonder what the lost ones is going to be. Kind of lost track for a bit there. But they should still be able to eke out a couple of guns on 789 in the Leaf. Maybe not the best of weapons, but maybe an MP9, maybe UMP. Playing up close, go for a little bit of some aggression towards B Apps or maybe Palace. Try and make something work here.
It's tilting me to know that. Let's hold on for a second here. They don't want to lose any of these rifles or AWPs or anything in play right now. Luckily they won't. But it's tilting me to know that even if Lucid Dream made the decision to save a couple of rounds ago, they wouldn't be in this economic position, right? They would have had reserve cash, they would have had rifles to play with. But because they go for an almost lost before it even begun retake, they're now facing a huge issue.
Hold on, Leaf and Leaf?
Oh, I like it. Wonder if that's intentional.
Yeah, I like that. Wait, can they switch up the positions of the drones on the fly? Because if that is sick. And production says we can do everything. That is, well, that's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Oh, the things they could do with our pictures, Dinko. I saw the birthday one. That was nice and sweet, but what if they do certain things to my video and whatnot? Like, how do I prove that it's all Photoshop?
Can't, and that's all that matters, player. I'd love to see you come out of the drone. That would be fantastic.
That that's when let's not have that. Maybe later. Maybe you could have Jason's nose come out on the drone later. Anyway, right now we do have the buy. We have the double op setup coming out for PDC and Fox. We haven't seen this yet, I feel like, from Lucid Dream. The 2 ops coming out. Leaf with the MP9. But they're playing just pretty static. They at least do have Leaf playing up towards Apps. It's pushed up a little bit deep, so that's pretty good. But they're still keeping Fox with the op trained towards the short areas. So if you look at the real estate that Divine Vendetta have to work with, they pretty much have complete mid control. Connected control, not yet. They have no one towards slope, towards T-slope. They have the one player up Palace that is, of course, going to be Havoc. And a Molotov might be a little too late, though, and the timing on that push. Look at them just pushing on in. 789 with a quick trade, but it's not going to be enough. Man advantage firmly for the T's. And now the peak should be coming out from Havoc. Now is when Havoc peeks out, and PDC just is trying to go for the play. He spots on Havoc. What a shot! And he's going for the no-scope, the fast-scope rather, onto Edge Ramp. Bomb down. 3v2 has done everything possible, Dinko, making it this a 3v2 post plan for his team.
PTC's been flying to Edge Ramp, coming around the backside. He's going to find PTC here. He's waiting for the trigger discipline. This is absolutely perfect from Edge Ramp. I love it. Oh, there it goes, the long spread, not the clean headshot, but nonetheless, a push comes in, Edge Ramp's going to go down, and it's just dabbed off. A 1 versus 2. He's going to be holding on, going for the shot, but he's going to miss it. and lead comes in, cleans up, and it's Lucid Dream. They get pulled off a 14th round. Some incredible shots from PTC, and that's going to be a round collective for Lucid Dream, 14-10. What are the shots that come through?
Oh, everything, like, I mean, firstly, the play with the AWP, you know, coming out from CD spawn from PDC, that was just insane. But in the end, like, I felt like just a one shot, right? Just come down to one missed shot from Davdog or Dave.
Look at
this. This was incredible. This was incredible from PDC. He spots out his elbow. Well. He's so good.
The thing is, he goes from connector as well, because I think it sort of slowly registered in his brain. Wait, I just seen something from Palace. So he has to look away from connector up to the Palace position, and he's going to continue to find kills down in towards middle, or up in towards middle as he sprints up the top mid, taking down one player to open up the round here for Lucid Dream. Man advantage to the good now, and Fox, oh, missed shot. Might as well fall back now. There's so many teammates inside the middle that can help you out.
There's one thing that I would be worried about if for Divine Vendetta is going to be if PDC wakes up. He is the Mr. Worldwide of the ICS. Like, he's been playing in so many teams in the past. He's not just, like, if you look at all the Thai players in the region, most of them only play in the country, amongst the countrymen, right? PDC was the first Thai player, if I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm anyone in chat, whoever, but he was the first player to move out from Thailand and play for a mixed team. He played for 5 Power, where he was with, I think it was it Excurate? I don't remember, but it's kind of like a Southeast Asian. Shao Sage was there as well, if I remember it right. So it was kind of like a mixed team. One of those weird teams, you know, with a Chinese player, a Russian, a couple of SCA players. But he was the one player who was willing to step out from his region and try and, you know, basically play at a higher level of Counter-Strike. And so far, we pointed out how he has been relatively quiet for his team. But if he wakes up, you're in for a treat. It's gonna be super fun to watch him play. He's gonna just keep going for his peaks, being super hyper aggressive. And for Divine Vendetta going to nuke, you have to be worried about that. I mean, that is assuming that Lucid Dream closes it out in the 5 rounds they have to work with.
Well, Pike take down John Olsen. That advantage now for the T side into a round where they have weaker weapons. Tyke continues to get kills. PTC though has been awoken, and he's got himself another. Half north down, man advantage. Still in play though for the T side. Decent positions gathered from them as well, but PTC is going to be just pulling them apart piece by piece. Ezram, the next victim. I'd be a little bit scared now to face down into PTC. He's hitting everything. An idea that Pokemon's going to be low under the wood, and what he knows, oh my god, 2 kills for Pokemon, and now it's all on PTC, a 1 versus 3, and although he's been brilliant, this might just be a little beyond his skill set right now. Smoke hovering off the top connector, and now PTC has to flee the scene. He gets out, goes back up towards window, but taking so much damage on the way out. You have to save this, surely now. Oh,
was he trying to go for the ninja?
I think he was trying to do that, and now he doesn't have it all, so that's a little sad.
Oh, yeah, Havoc with him, a little bit of slashes in his body. It's like, come on, PDC. You weren't really planning to do that, were you? Well, 15-11, and money's not really broken, but I would like to see them go for an eco here. There we go. So it's just a few pistols coming out. They can still buy up here. Divine Vendetta, four opportunities to take it to overtime. Again, when I say 4 opportunities, you need to make sure that each of these rounds have to count. Rather, I don't even know what I'm saying. I mean, like, 4 opportunities for Lucid Dream to close it out. And for Divine Vendetta, like, well, basically every round from here on, they can't afford to lose a single one. Yikes for Tyke. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh god. Well, shit. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Dink.
No.
That's just miserable. Oh.
I just let that slide. Let that just sink in, because it's just the perfect statement to describe this round right now. This is I'm just sort of questioning reality at this point of how this is happening again, and we've just seen so many Deagle rounds be one to end out games, and it's going to be Fox again. Pokemon going down the bomb. Oh no, Fox with another one, and he's going to go back for more, but finally he's shut down by Davdolf, who wants a little bit more from this round, at least something. He's going to fall. PTC with the AK-47, 16-11. Lucid Dream will find it off the back of Deagles. Pistols again deliver another win.
It's our birthday. I shouldn't have to watch this. This is terrible. Like, but all right. Win's a win. Map's done, Dinko. We're gonna be heading into Nuke, and that should hopefully be Divine Vendetta being much better. Jason, Mitch, your thoughts on the final round? That was beautiful. They're broken. See, it's not just me, Dinko.
It's not.
The most surprising
for
thing.
good reason. I mean, we take a look at what this map looked like. Pretty much, it was Lucid Dream looking comfortable for the most part.
No, I wasn't, Jason. It was miming. I don't know what you're talking about. The most surprising thing, honestly, for me, is that we're still surprised by this when these things happen. I think I'll just never get used to it. Like, you see them play so well up against the buy rounds, and then they're like, hey, couple Deagles, why not? God, look, I guess it's not unexpected. If anything, Divine Vendetta put up enough of a fight here that we're not going to be changing predictions when it comes to Nuke. I completely agree with what Blair was saying in the pre-show about Nuke should go, each team should win their map pick. I don't see Lucid Dream as really having a chance. You know, I believe in them any time that I see an opportunity to, but in this particular map, they're just terrible at Nuke from what we've seen, and Divine Vendetta are not. So, yeah, we're most likely going to Inferno on this one. I think it's a good sign, though, that everybody on Lucid Dream was stepping up. There was a point there coming into the last round, or into 15-11, where every single member of Lucid Dream had 20 or 21 kills. That's very rare.
Yeah, actually, funny enough, on that note, PTC, in that big round he had, with the fleek shot in towards Palace, like, he went from the bottom of the scoreboard to the top of the scoreboard. That's, like, how close and how well everyone on their team was playing. Now, you can obviously take that in a positive sense that, oh yeah, they were playing really well, but I also, again, forever the pessimist, see something not so impressive about that it took them, everyone playing well, and obviously some great individual moments to still win 16-11. So that gives me a little bit of fear going into potentially the third map if we can get there, but at the same time, it's nice to see, you know, Lucid Dream have one of those good games. We see them struggle, you know, time and time again so far within this event, but to have, you know, everyone kind of step up, you know, PTC, I don't know what there's to say about him in that one. That was a phenomenal little play, but at the same time, you know, look at Divine Vendetta. They still in relatively, you know, close proximity of each other. We saw Davdov, you know, stepping up. Ezram as well, someone that we kind of point out on day one was underperforming. Pokemon again, towards the bottom of the scoreboard, I guess, for his team, but still, I feel like this is, as we're all in agreement, it should be going to the third map. I don't see how Lucid Dream are going to bring something exceptionally crazy on a map like Nuke to overpower Divine Vendetta.
Yeah, the thing as well, I want to point out, Lucid Dream won both pistons, didn't get force bought up immediately afterwards either. So with those injection of rounds early on in the game, specifically T-side with the 3-0 you get pretty much for free, they're left in a position where they barely clutched it out. You imagine they didn't win those pistols? Well, I can definitely see them losing that map.
I mean, a lot of the rounds in the first half, though, that were won by Divine Vendetta, I think 3 of the first 5 rounds they picked up were off the back of pistols. So, I mean, it's not the most convincing system, but then again, that also speaks volumes for Lucid Dream, the fact that they can lose consistently against those kind of low buys. So, moving into this next one, I definitely have to see those issues getting tightened and ironed out for Lucid Dream if they're going to pick up Nuke. You can't really afford to, especially since they looked weak on Nuke anyway. But now we're starting to see the depth of the map pool for Lucid Dream. If they can step up on Nuke, then we're starting to see them as potentially a team that can avoid those bottom 2 spots. But this is much better from Lucid Dream. I'm liking what we can see from PTC. If he continues this, well, that's going to be very important. That'll change things on Nuke, because they haven't really had him at that top level yet. And obviously on Nuke, if he can show up even on the CT side with his AWP, he can be one of the most valuable players for them yet again.
It's kind of like the Asian Harry Potter.
What?
Kind of like the Asian Harry Potter. He's got the look going for him.
I mean, the glasses.
Yeah,
Hasn't quite got the lightning bolt scar on his head, though, blah.
Yeah, I don't want to like make him like want to scar him just to get the proper cosplay thing going. But yeah, crazy game from PDC, Jason. I can't really say anything. This is something I haven't seen from him in a while now in his Lucid Dream lineup. But earlier, if you go back a year and a half, maybe a couple of years, PDC was, I think I wouldn't be wrong in saying, was the best player in the region. So for him to kind of show glimpses of his past, it makes me excited. It makes me feel happy in my happy places.
I don't want to know where those happy places are, to be honest.
Jason,
I know it's
my
your
head.
birthday. I know you're having a good time here, celebrating with us, but it's a little bit too much info for me. But anyways, obviously we have to talk about Davdov as well. I mean, he was a player. It seems to be like pretty much one of like the most consistent within the team. Obviously on the AWP, it's a little bit hard to contest against a player like PTC who had the pop-off game that he ended up pulling through. I mean, look at the round drive, 14-6, going full chain time here. But even the kills, like that's a massive difference here, Mitch.
Oh, definitely. PTC showed up in the open department 100%. I still don't think it's going to be enough to bring them across the line on Nuke, even because we've seen that when Davdov does struggle, you can immediately have that AWP handed over to Havoc, who had a much better game. He was a little bit closer to the fragging department of PTC. I really want to find a positive for Nuke. I just can't. That game was way too close for me to have any faith in them not taking it 2-1 at best.
Okay, well, we all were kind of thinking 2-0. I think Bled was like the sole one who thought it would go maybe the full 3 maps. Well, we are going to be going to the second map. Of course, we have to head to a break yet again, give some time for not only our casters to cool off, but also the players as well as to get things underway with Nuke after a short 5-minute break.
Here come a king, bow down, don't step in the ring, the end is near, hear the fat lady sing, you hear them loud thumps, that's the crowd stumps, wild and reckless, boy they call us the wild ones, never had no guidance, got a thirst for violence, don't sleep, hold up your eyelids, here come the rebels, the lost ones, the forgotten, the weirdos, and the odd ones, we are the bosses, we are the bad guys, we'll get you baptized into the dark side, when you hear the war cry. War cry, war cry, war cry. We are the wild ones, running the nightfall. Better stay inside, away from the outlaws. When you hear the war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry. Yeah, nah, you can't rock with us. A ticking time bomb, who wanna talk with us? All has fallen, we thrive in destruction. So hide your jewels, keep your chains tucked in. Watch the beauty all turn, nowhere to hide when the beauties all burn. Bring on the chaos, we won't make him. Take us to your leader and watch us take him. Kick in the door and break in. Take everything you stole from us, everything that you owe to us. Take every opportunity you never showed to us. With no mask, so you know it's us. Listen to our war cry. We are the bad guys, we'll get you baptized into the dark side when you hear the war cry. War cry, war cry, war cry. We are the wild ones, running the nightfall. Better stay inside, away from the outlaws. When you hear the war cry, war cry, war cry, yeah, cry. War paint on our faces, battle of the ages. We ain't the safest, we was locked in cages. You tried your best to erase us, now you gotta face us. Nobody can save us, we wild and dangerous. Nobody can tame us, who's sparking the flames up? You can go and blame us. You can go and blame us, here our war cries. We are the bad guys, we'll get you baptized into the dark side when you hear the war cry. War cry, war cry, war cry. We are the wild ones, running the nightfall. Better stay inside, away from the outlaws. When you hear the war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry. We are the bosses, we are the bad guys. We'll get you baptized into the dark side. When you hear the war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry. We are the wild ones, running the nightfall. Better stay inside, away from the outlaws. When you hear the war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry.
Nuke 拥有多层结构，易守难攻，是 CS:GO 中经久不衰的地图之一。外场向来都是狙击手们对决的舞台，在2015年群星赛上 ，Simple 用一杆轻狙以一记匪夷所思的穿墙爆头，震惊了现场及屏幕前的每一位观众。铁板是 Team 进攻必点的主要路径。在2020年 IEM 卡托维兹决赛上，效力于 Na'Vi 的 Flaming 正是在此处穿越1打4，彻底粉碎了 G2 的冠军梦。来到 B 区包点，这里4通8达，战斗往往在入口处就已经结束。K1是外场进入 B 区的路线 ，Forest 曾在这里以1敌5，凭借个人实力逐个击破，拯救了队伍。那一刻的他，是所有人心目中的英雄。当然，总有人能够突破过往。2018年 IEM 芝加哥的比赛里，九爷忍者附体，轻松躲过敌方5人的搜索，成功潜入包点并拆包成功，兵不血刃地赢得了比赛，完成了另一种形式的1打5。这就是竞技，永远充满了奇迹。锁定我们的赛事，也许下一个传奇即将诞生。
Hello and welcome back to PAL 2020 Summer. My name's Dinko. I'm going to be joined by Blair, and we're getting ourselves into the second map of our best of 3 today. Second best of 3 of the day. It's Lucid Dream taking on Divine Vendetta. Map number 1 was Mirage, goes in favour of Lucid Dream, and now we go on to Nuke. And we've already discussed how we are definitely favouring Divine Vendetta coming into this one. We're expecting a third map coming up, mainly because of the weaknesses in Lucid Dream's map pool.
Yeah, and if you look at the way Divine Vendetta played Nuke against Invictus, right, you got to give them props for it. They look very good. They look very prepared in the way they're approaching that. But I actually might go back on what I said. I feel like Lucid, looking at the way they played Mirage, I feel like they can take Divine Vendetta on this. Now, you got to remember, Lucid Dream do play Nuke. They are okay on the map. Yes, if you look at that game into D13, it was very, very different. It was very awkward, going very, very back and forth, and an ugly game of Nuke, if you ask me. On a map which is highly tactical, it came down to a lot of unnecessary aim deals, if you ask me. However, I feel like for Divine Vendetta, the backs are against a wall. One thing we know from Divine Vendetta is the fact that even if they lose the first map, they can easily bounce back in the second map. They have the mental strength and experience to do that. However, again, I gotta say, Lucid Dream, they look sharp. Everyone's showing up. Jason pointed out how every fight, each one of those players were above 20 kills in total. PDC showing up as well. If that's going to be the case, if it's going to be a lot of aim duels being given by Divine Vendetta, I feel like Lucid Dream just might steal it. Albeit, I feel it'll be much more closer and fair compared to Mirage.
Yeah, I think this is the best looking we've seen Lucid Dream in this tournament so far. And a big part of that, again, is PTC. He really stepped up towards the end. We also seen a huge performance from 7 and 9. So these are factors that haven't really been in play yet in this tournament for this Lucid Dream roster. So if everything starts to align and the players start to hit their peak and they're starting to work out a system that's working, I can definitely see a world in which they can take Nuke here. But again, based on what we've seen so far and the information we have available to us, I'm still going to go with probably a third map coming up. And it's definitely going to be a close one. I think Nuke has been exciting to watch for the teams that we've seen. reason why Mirage even looked close in terms of the score was some of the decisions that were being made from Lucid Dream. If they just made the more intelligent decision, should I say, they should have been accordingly. So, taking a look at Nuke, they fire up those issues, and it's very hard to do moving into the next one. It's more of a lot of practice needed, a lot of discipline, and it's hard to shift that.
Mistakes, like we said, there was a 3v4 post plan where I'm like, why are you guys going for this retake?
Exactly,
Doesn't make any sense, right? So hopefully you don't see that. Hopefully you don't see a little bit of overextension coming out from players like PTC. Hopefully we see Leaf with a few more clutches. I really do enjoy his the way he plays many 1v2, 1v3s. But here we go, jumping into Nuke. About to go live very, very quickly. It looks like Lucid Dream opting to start on a CT side. Not too surprised there. I feel like Divine Vendetta's T side especially was quite marvelous against Invictus. They looked very, very solid. They were winning the duels. They were setting up very well towards the outer area. They had the executes. They had the set plays, the set takes. At the same time, they also knew how to play the defaults. They had various, like, different variations of how to approach a T side, basically forcing Invictus to go for plays. And when they went for the plays, they just got completely shut out. So I want to see Divine Vendetta win this and take this map number 3, because I feel like Inferno would be a very apt decider with this map. But for Lucid Dream, I think that this is a must win, right? It's only going to get harder after this. You've lost 2 of your games already. If you lose a Divine Vendetta, you lose a series of Divine Vendetta. That means that you still have to face off against VG, you still have to face off against Tyloo, you still have to face off against Invictus Gaming. All the big names are still to come, and it's only going to get harder for you guys.
And that's the beauty, I guess, of the round robin format. We get to see the teams playing against each other. Every single team has an opportunity to play against one another, and that's where things get exciting. It's going to be Divine Vendetta coming straight out towards the top side. We know these rushes can really work out for them, but John Olsen gets a double kill to start things off. Havoc pulls 1 kill back in, and he was the shining light throughout the start of Mirage for this T side. And well, we'll see what Divine Vendetta can get done now into the 3v4, dropping into the vent. 789 trying to follow them, but it's edge ramp. Takes down PTC. 789 still here, but it's a headshot, somehow still alive. Davdorf goes down, and Havoc, well, he's still got the bomb in his back, but finding his way into the bomb site is going to be relatively impossible now at this point. Gets spotted. Sounded worse than it was. He takes 20 HP damage. Ezram coming back in for the ramp room, gets away his position, and now his life gone as well. Havoc, oh, this is just unwinnable, surely at this point. Goes up to the top side. There's a player in Heaven. Leaf obviously has already taken down his teammate, so Havoc in 1 versus 3, and Fox gets rid of him. 1-0, Lucid Dream will take the pistol here on Nuke, and they do have that opportunity that I was talking about to get off to the good start, to get the momentum going in their side. They have to try and get rid of this Tech 9 force buy, and we know that this Divine Vendetta team can be very quick on Nuke.
It can be, but yeah, they want to not like, well, I mean, it's just a pistol round, still early days there, and no bomb getting planted means force buy. Tech 9s. It's slowly but surely coming back into the meta, I think. I'm a big fan of it. They come charging in. Oh no, TK! Fox should be careful. But that M4 of his, at that distance especially, is going to be absolutely lethal. Look at Leaf though, he's just pushing all the way from around. Now he knows where Edram is. And I think Edram heard Leaf just barreling up, and I'm not a big fan of Leaf just going for this fight. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. It is not needed.
Immediately we're seeing those mistakes come through, and they're talking about not needing to do it. Well, Foxy's been spotted around the corner, I think at least, but he makes the sound to confirm. So now this is better. They go back into a passive setup, they allow Ezram to come into them, and they take the round, but too many players hemorrhaged, I think, there. 3 going down.
I'll start taking a meditation, Dinko. It really helps.
How's that going?
Well, I thought it'd help, but you know, whenever I see like Leaf or his plays go for plays like that, it just doesn't really matter. I still get tilted. I mean, for me it's this, right? Like, okay, obviously you want, you know, Asian CS to be viable. You want them to face off against you know, some of the better teams out there. You want them to be challenging, stop being a mean region when it comes to Counter-Strike. And for that to happen, you're going to be facing off against so many teams who are let's say, much better than you. Most of the EU teams, like top 50 teams, are better than most Asian teams out there. Almost all, if you ask me, apart from maybe a VG or a Tyloo. To beat them, firstly, you have to work on many things. But one of the easiest things to work on is not being stupid. I know it sounds weird, but it's just not about, oh, it's a 1v2, let's speak him one by one. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're already a better team. You know, it's a 3v4, you know, you have only 3 players alive. There's like 15 seconds remaining for the retake. You have no idea where the post plants are. Don't go for the retake because it's stupid and it's not worth it.
And
Small
obviously,
little things. Yeah.
And obviously, to any of those Lucid Dream fans out there that don't really like what Blair's saying, obviously he means undisciplined, isn't that right, Blair? And while John Olsen and Fox taking kills 70 at 9 as well, and this isn't really the start that Divine Vendetta would have been looking for, and this aggression is working out for the Divine Vendetta, or should I say Lucid Dream side. Divine Vendetta just getting absolutely picked apart. It's just Pokemon left alive, and he is going to come from outside through Mini, catches out PTC, and is aware of the possibility of 789's position. He's going to take him away as well. Now 1 versus 1 Pokemon. A round that looked impossible. He might just be able to pull it off. Leaf, nation play, but Pokemon goes right into him. Leaf wins it in the 1 versus 1, and that is going to be 4-0 up. Lucid Dream do take the round, but Pokemon nearly gets it under the belt.
Yeah, that was so very close. Valid effort from him, but again, Leaf, man, like the patience on this guy. How many clutches? I think he must be the clutch leader right now in the PAL 2020.
I can check that for you real quick.
Yeah, do that. In the meantime, we could just like that round, the aggression from Lucid Dream. I like that. I like that aggression from them. That was a good time to aggress and try and catch Divine Vendetta off guard, because obviously Divine Vendetta, they don't have, you know, they just got the buy around. They're probably setting it up. They're trying to go for like an execute. They're trying to just go for the defaults. And Lucid Dream, like, you know what? That's not going to happen. You're just going to push on in and make life miserable for you. So it almost got out of hand. But that is around where the aggression from Lucid Dream really made sense. And right now, they're 4-0 up. Money's still not ideal, but hey, they have the rounds. Nines, Deagles for the side of Divine Vendetta. They're not really wasting any time. Smoke wall towards outer, heading towards secret. All 4 members gathered up together. Right now, with that, Leaf is going to be alone towards control room, and he might just get hunted down here. Molotow's going to be tossed on in. It's going to keep them at bay, but it's very obvious right now that a number of players in the lower bomb side, or the T side.
Leaf with a flashbang. Goes around the corner, tight just on the right side here with the Tech 9. He peeks into the open. It's going to be one headshot. Leaf goes down. And now a chance here for Divine Vendetta as they have the man advantage. A minute in play. There's the one silver lining here for Lucid Dream and the better weapons. They'll continue to hold on. PTC looking down the window. He's going to spot Ezram. Take the kill though. Very difficult shot to land. And Smoke goes down to the double doors. That's going to buy more time for Lucid Dream. And Fox's spot up here on the A bomb site, or the B bomb site, is going to be very, very important. And he just sits by. He's got PTC off towards the ramp as well to assist him. Almost guaranteed the trade kill if they do come in towards this B bomb site. Smoke down, PTC. Can you hear the footsteps up to the vent? They run up, but 789 is ready. He'll take 1 kill, but it is the trade. Now John Olsen towards the back lines. Needs to go huge. He's got 1. He needs more, and he's going to get the opportunity, but can't take them down. 2 versus 3. It's all been tight in this round. He's looking for the bomb plant, but it's not come in just yet. He has to come off it, but there's only 13 seconds left on the clock. Eventually, he has to commit to it. Luckily, Fox's attention's drawn towards me, and Havoc does a good job at delaying and allowing this bomb plant to come through. Now PTC looking for a clutch over the top of Heaven. AWP, though, in this position is not the best weapon for this scenario. He's going to have to go back and play more passively. There's still a few seconds left for him to work with, but they're not offering themselves up. Divine Vendetta playing this one very well.
They are playing this very, very smart indeed, and yeah, I'll get back to what went wrong there later on. PTC, is he just going to attempt this? No, there's no time remaining. Just has to go for the save. That's a huge round coming in from Divine Vendetta, and helped off by the fact that of all the players I have to bring up was the Leaf. Now, he's playing towards the control room, towards the glass. Now, you have controlled that area. You know there are a couple of T's there. You saw 2 players, at least 2 players of Tech 9s hunting you down. And then you just go for the solo play there. You waited so long, you kept them at bay, you did a good job with the Molotov, and then you just go for the flashbang peek and you get double peek with Tech 9s at that range. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. He does come up on the you know, as a utility file, you know, using a lot of grenades and whatnot, but it was a dumb play. I'm sorry.
I could touch on his clutch stats, by the way, as well here. So currently the top player in the tournament for clutches is Olivia, then Flying for Invictus, and then Leaf. So he comes in 3rd place. 8 clutches for Olivia, 7 for Flying, and 6 for Leaf.
Jeez.
The rest are Urcast and Tamir.
It's been what, like, this is the 5th day?
Yep.
That's a lot of clutches. Well, that's tend to happen when you have all these high-skilled players coming in. Also helped out a little bit by the fact that, you know, so many of these clutches I've seen so far in the tournament have come down to, you know, a little bit of some loose plays coming out from their opponents. You know, giving up some 1v3s, a couple of 1v2s, sometimes even a 1v4. Hit coming in towards upper. John Alton avoids it. Smart uses smoke to try and take these duels. That's brilliant. That is brilliant from John Alton. He uses a smoke. There's a term for that. I think I saw Laundress tweet about that term where he says, like, it's not a, you know, when you have a utility to kind of set up an angle for you, like a utility angle. I think that's what it's called, like a temporary angle where you can, you know, it's not necessarily an off angle, but you use a smoke or Molotov to give yourself an angle where you can take the fight, and that's exactly what John Alton did, and that was so well done. I know how Divine Vendetta tried to sell that fake towards outer. You saw so many smokes from the T side towards outer yard, and they go for the upper hit, but just like that, shut down in its tracks by Mr. John Alton and his magnificent mustache.
I wonder if Jason likes this one better than Scores. Or was it you that brought that up? I think it was you, Blair, actually.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, sorry, Jason. It is Blair's fault. And well, coming out on towards the top side, John Olsen around the corner. Edge round coming out already. He's low HP, so they're going to send him as the front man to try and gather this info. Now with 20 seconds, there's not much margin for error here. John Olsen looking to try and step up, but he's not going to get a single kill from that position. Luckily, 789 will, though, and he peeks back. Havoc not even looking at him. Another round collected for Lucid Dream, and that's just a good setup.
That was a little weird from Havoc. He knew where both the players were, right? Like, the FAMAS got a kill.
Yeah. He definitely should have known, at least.
There you have it, Mr. John Olsen. He's got some pretty decent accuracy. Obviously, you know, it's gonna count the number of bullets. Thank you, Little Drone. I do believe we have the PGL Drone's Twitch account in the chat as well, which is pretty cool. And he's a moderator too, so yeah, just watch out for what he says. Oh, I like this. I like this though. I love the aggression towards outer box. What is it? Why does he re-peek? The first peek was brilliant. Flashbang. Even though the T avoids a flash, he still gets taken down. Great work. And then there's no follow-up flash from the peek on out. He's done the job. I don't know why Fox did a re-peek there. It was unnecessary. But then Leaf pushing on out. They're making this sweaty for Divine Vendetta. They have to be so paranoid as to where they might be coming in from. PDC spots out a player. It's going to immediately force him to play this one a little bit more passively. Going back towards ramp as Tyke slowly creeping on up towards Hell. Leaf though. This is awkward. This is very awkward for both the teams.
There's a question here for Leaf. Oh, it should have worked, but somehow Havoc is quicker. He is ready for that possibility. And now with 33 seconds, John Olsen, he has been a brilliant anchor towards the back of this A-bomb site time and time again. He needs to do it once more. Avdov goes down. John Olsen will spot the player dropping down the vent, and there's a, well, should have been a wipe of Havoc, who's quicker again. Now PTC on the lower side had an opportunity to end the round here and now, but not able to do it, and quickly running up the vent, trying to get away from this orb. PTC is quickly coming after them. Interestingly, he runs into the vent with the smoke out. Could have been in that nasty scenario, but it doesn't matter. Havoc with a big round. Lots of kills coming his way. 4, in fact. And Divine Vendetta give it a second round.
Divine Vendetta definitely making Lucid Dream pay for a few of his mistakes. And I like how they left Havoc way at the back. Like, I think that it's a read, right? It's a counter to what it's a counter to what Lucid Dream like doing. Just being hyper aggressive, trying to catch Divine Vendetta from behind, and Havoc's like, you know what? I'm just gonna be all the way towards T-spawn. Let's see you try to get a flank on me then. Second round, expensive round though, and well, mainly for Lucid Dream, but also if you look on the side of Divine Vendetta, the money isn't that great at the moment. No one over 2K. A couple of players, in fact, sitting below the $1,000 mark as well. For Lucid Dream, it's just the pistols once more. USP's Deagle, but we did kind of see what happened on Mirage, I think. It's a different map, of course, completely different scenario, but yeah, pistols always worries me.
Yeah, the pistols can definitely do a lot of damage, but hopefully not these ones. Just the default ones in play, just the USPs, and now a minute still on the clock. Good bit of control taken by Tyke around Heaven here as well. Just gonna start clearing over the top hut. No one up in this position. John Olsen down the vent hasn't been spotted just yet. And now Tyke looks to drop. It's Davdov taking down John Olsen. Advantage opened up for Divine Vendetta.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb down. Divine Vendetta just taking the time. They're not wanting to make any errors right now. Not give anything over to Lucid Dream, and that's a smart call. Keeps their economy in good stead. And well, Havoc up on top of the T-roof. Ezram with a good position. Hut might actually want to get out of here eventually. And it's cleaned up.
Clean
Divine
round.
Vendetta, yeah. They get all the kills. They don't lose a single player to the pistols, and that's what you like to see.
It's exactly what I want to see. Great stuff coming out from Divine Vendetta there. I mean, considering the start that Lucid Dream had, it was looking a little dicey, and it's a double eco Dinko. That's how badly the money got wrecked. And again, these are the small little mistakes being made by Lucid Dream, which worries me, which it really does worry me when they're going to be facing off against the other teams. Again, I think most of us, apart from Mitch, suggested that it is going to be Marzla and Lucid Dream who are going to probably come bottom of the table and might get knocked out during the group stage. And yeah, Marzla looks like it's going to be happening for Lucid Dream. For that to happen, it's going to be a big punch in the gut, right? This is a team who had the RMR points in the first RMR we had during spring. They unfortunately had to change a few players, meaning they have 0 points to work with. And now, coming to this, they're like, all right, we're going to try and regain our points and try and, battle it off with the fall RMR as well. And right now, they're in 0, and if they get eliminated, they're going to go out with no points as well. So it's just basically a nightmare scenario, and they need this win over Divine Vendetta. They absolutely need it. For Divine Vendetta, they've surprised all of us. They've been looking very solid so far, especially, they thrashed Marzalai and had a close series against Invictus, but against a team like Lucid Dream, they want this win, or they want to pad it up a little bit, pad this RMR point. So it's kind of like a must-win game for both the sides. Right now, at least on Nuke, it's pretty even at the moment.
Bomb has been planted.
I think this is where Divine Vendetta probably go on a bit of a tear right now, though. They've got the opportunity to build up the cash, and they've done that pretty effectively while keeping the players alive over the last couple of rounds. I feel like this could be a world in which Divine Vendetta do find themselves quite a few rounds out of this T side if they keep this up. We know they're very, very solid on the map. And because of the start that Lucid Dream had, it was hard to see Divine Vendetta getting involved. But finally, once they've been able to get the economy under wraps, they've been finally able to pick up a round or two. Have this opportunity to do some damage. Line coming in though from Lucid Dream, and this is the deciding factor moving into this next one. Whether or not Divine Vendetta will come to that reality, or will Lucid Dream continue to look good on Nuke. They have a buy coming up here. They got a couple of AKs in play, and an AWP here for PTC. So I want to see PTC step up the way he did in Mirage.
That'd be good to see. He was very, very solid. Especially in the second half, CDside just waking up, pretty much winning every duel he was taking, barely missing a shot. See that coming out is going to be interesting. Davdov, Davidov, Davdav,
or Dave.
Yeah. I like Dave.
It's the easiest
let's
one
go
out
with
of all.
Dave. Yeah. So Dave is going to be playing what's outer? He designated Opper, John Olsen. I'm not a big fan. Ooh, Battlefield spotted out. Definitely got spotted on Havoc, going for the wall banks, trying to get in a little bit of damage. ADC just holding towards the hot area with the AWP, and they know. Lucid Dream know that Divine Vendetta are going for the secret control again. I don't think I've even seen Divine Vendetta get the bomb down once towards lower, have we?
Can't recall.
Like actually get it down, yeah. I don't really remember either. Fox on Edge, that's the bomb. That's the bomb.
A great situation. Having lost the bomb, and well, the position from 789 is pretty strong, but obviously there's a huge risk involved if he is to step forward. So he stays back in mid at the moment and eventually walks, and that's the perfect timing for the peak. He takes down Pokemon. Tyke luckily getting rid of Fox. Still 4v3. Time is starting to tick low. Bomb coming back up towards A. 7 hit 9 in the old vent. The Molotov comes in, he tried to get the timing. He's looking down in the vent, but just off camera, it's going to be Leaf and John Olsen cleaning up quickly. That just happened out of nowhere.
Yeah, just immediately, like almost 3 kills happening simultaneously. Well then. We seem to have a game in our hands here, Dinko. I think most of us did say it was going to be a 3-mapper, and that little voice, oh, there we go. The timing on the peak from John Olsen. And Divine Vendetta there, I feel like the moment they lost their first player, they just didn't have an immediate answer. They were looking to get another pick, they were looking to get the trade back, but good job from Lucid, just not giving them the trade, and also perfectly pouncing on them together at the same time.
I just want to point something out. We are currently 10 rounds deep in terms of being played. We're in round number 11 now, and Divine Vendetta only have 1 tactical timeout left.
Okay, that's a lot of tac time that's getting used early on. Pressure, maybe a little bit. Okay.
That suggests to me that they're starting to run out of ideas already, and that's a little bit scary because when we talk about how good Divine Vendetta were on Nuke, the T side is a big part of their play. So we'll see if they can figure out anything here in the remaining rounds. They've got utility in the plethora, but that's aggression, and that is very, very good stuff from PTC, taking down Pokemon. Opens up the round, he's going to go back for more.
Blowing the line, have we just walked in through? Oh, the timing on that, and PC. Oh, what a madman.
This round overall is just mad from the Lucid Dream side. The aggression towards ramp in the form of Leaf. He was pushed up all the way in towards this radio room. And well, just the kills keep going through. Fox is the MVP of this round, getting the 2 kills down in towards radio room. PTC gets the opening. 6th round. I mean, he probably could have found another one there, but for me, not the best decision to stick in the hat. Luckily, he gets away with it. Now 7-4, that's unfortunate for Divine Vendetta. They're just getting the fight brought to them, and it's confidence coming in from this Lucid Dream side. I remember in the first 6 or 5 rounds of Mirage, you said to me, well, this Lucid Dream are looking confident right now, and they certainly have continued that.
They certainly have. And you just saw the bodies where the T's died, and you got to understand that it was their, on the buy round, so complete shutdown. Leaf again finding edge ramp. And so far I gotta point out, Divine Vendetta, they've won their map picks. They've won each and every one of their map picks so far. Although it's been, just the 2 games we've seen from them, but yeah, they did manage to beat Invictus on Nuke, and was against Marsley. Which map did they play against Marsley? It was Dust 2.
Dust 2 was the final map, I'm pretty sure, right? So it was 2-0, so was that their pick?
Just quickly taking a look. Divine picked Dust 2 and Marsley picked Nuke. So yeah, they've played Nuke every time they played. Interesting.
Well, 100% win rate on Nuke in the tournament. Good change here. And well, it's going to be Leaf. It's going to get absolutely torn to shreds. Havoc continuing. 2 kills picked up in towards the ramp, and that might just be round done here unless a kill comes in quickly. They're going to take that B bomb site. The issue is here for Divine Vendetta. And Davdo still in a deagle, so small chance if this hold is huge. And well, 7-9 says no to any success in this lower bomb site. He's going to spray away. John Olsen swings down in towards the decon door. If Divine Vendetta managed to take the site quickly there, they could have locked themselves in. But Lucid Dream, they make the rotation quickly. And 7-9 with a beautiful hold, gets 3 kills. And an 8th round picked up for Lucid Dream. That was brilliant. Havoc gets the good start. Divine Vendetta have access to the B bomb site. But the rotations, they're instantaneous from Lucid Dream. They don't him and ha. They don't wonder if they're going to stick around in the ramp room. They just drop. And 789 is available to shut things down.
Yeah, I mean, these two openings, bear in mind, they had one AK, the hero AK in the hands of Havoc, and then he just, like, gets his team. Here we go. 2 more AK-47s, but 789. Great hold from him. Picking himself, almost a quad kill there, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Vi gonna be coming in again. It's gonna be edge ramp this time. The leader, fearless leader, John Alton completely blinded Dinko, and he still gets the kill. But tight with the trade, Fox from heaven just jumping out from the ladder, getting the quick trade in return. Pokemon finds one as well. Now, bomb is on the site. It has been spotted out. And PDC making life miserable. Wait, how did that Molotov not bloom? That's just so weird.
Oh, PTC takes down Havoc. Now 2 versus 2. Low HP on 789, but he's got the position. Right, like back up the smoke. The lineup for 2 players, but he whiffs the spray on the second. Now Pokemon, a chance to win. A 5th round for his team. He'll look towards heaven. PTC picks the drop. Pokemon doesn't buy completely, but he's aware of the possibility. And now he'll respect it. He'll drop to B. PTC doesn't actually hear that happening, so Pokemon's gonna have so much time on this lower bomb site. He'll eventually realize here PTC is gonna be the B hit. He rotates back, drops in heaven, down in towards the ramp room, and now Pokemon with the positional advantage and the flash buying. It's fantastic. Pokemon, he's stuck around the back of this. Stuck in the back of the cylinder inside the site. He peeks out, headshot, instantaneous death for PTC.
That was very, very close. The cheeky play there at the edge of the smoke from one of the Lucid Dream players almost made it happen. I felt like if he had waited like 1 more second and asked his teammate to peek alongside him, that would have been, or like rather, he had communicated to PDC to peek at the same time he started shooting. I felt like that would have gone the way of Lucid Dream. But yeah, Divine Vendetta, we get to 5 rounds. And from what I understand, with Divine Vendetta, the CD side is a strength, I feel like. You know, CD side nuke always requires you to have a little bit more prep work than a T side. T side sometimes you can just wing it and can work on out. And what is that? From Divine Vendetta just running out dry, and PDC's like, oh, there's no smoke, you can just run on around. But no, they're winning these duels. It is a buy for Lucid Dream, mind you. In Divine Vendetta, that's such a strange round, but it works out. And catching Lucid Dream pretty much unaware.
That's what Divine Vendetta can do. You have got these individuals, and I was talking about the pace that they can set on the T side. Be ferocious, but it's still not done yet. Good proactiveness coming in. Lucid Dream, they could sit back, they could use this disadvantage and just look like they're going to lose the round, but instead Lucid Dream try and fight back into it. They're going to get aggressive and try and catch some info. Still unlikely that they managed to pull it off, but John Olsen with the big flank around the back of Havoc. Oh, it comes down to timing whether or not Havoc can get down into a secret in time. The stairs will cover him off, and there he goes. John Olsen can't get around the back just yet.
They make noise. Leaf. Kept at bay. Flash gonna be popping anytime right now as they go for the peak here. Spots a player out. Havoc finds John Alton. The nade's gonna be sailing in. Bomb hasn't been planted yet. Edge ramp. He's gonna be stuck behind. Oh, but there is a smoke. A little bit of a window for him to escape. But yeah, this should be it. Leaf should be falling back. Now this is a chance, Dinko, for him to get the 1v5. But considering he's getting surrounded from every single direction, I don't see him holding onto his gun even.
Oh, it's going to be a huge task for him to do so, and yeah, like you said, just impossible at that point. Too many players around him, and Havoc has the job done again, just being so consistently good. I mean, he's just so good. 14-9, there's nothing really much more that you can say about Havoc. He's just a good player, and he's good at every map we've seen so far from him.
He has been very, very solid indeed. I feel like Divine Vendetta. 6 rounds, I think they're pretty much done their job. 6 rounds, quite a number of rounds here. And Lucid Dream, unless they have something to show us on the T side, I think like Divine Vendetta just might run away with it. Showing why Nuke is a map that you don't want to face off against this Middle Eastern team. I say Middle East, and we do have a couple of South Asian players in it as well. Geography is complicated.
Geography is complicated. I remember, it's actually one of my favorite topics or subjects. I remember as like a little kid, I used to look at the world map and always want to go to all the countries. And luckily, with esports, I've been able to go to quite a few of them. So it's kind of nice. Bring a tear to your eye, blood. Making the dreams of a young kid come true, blood. Just like yourself. Someday, your dreams will come true, and Tyler will win a major.
That's called, let's just call it fever dream.
Well, those can be fun too. And what? It's 6. 47 seconds. Much slower approach this time from Divine Vendetta. Ezra coming around the backside. 7 now with the UMP. He'll take down 1 kill and a second. Oh no! Not like this. Divine Vendetta crumbling to the low buy again. And there it goes. 789 with the headshot. That Dove left alone in the world. And it's not a world that he wants to be a part of for much longer. He will fight. But will it be in vain? It has to be one of the most incredible clutches we have seen so far in this tournament. It's the first kill. And the second nearly connecting, but it's 9-6. Lucid Dream do lead the way going into the second half. 6 rounds T-side. That's enough.
Yeah, but Havoc, man, he's come to play here today, hasn't he? Like 14 kills for him, and many of these rounds which they won was just coming down to Havoc just having these crazy rounds. I feel like if I'm Lucid Dream, I'm gonna be feeling a little annoyed at myself. I don't even know if they're really annoyed at themselves. There are a few rounds there which could have easily have made things a little bit more comfortable for them as they head into the second half. They could have easily made this 10-5, maybe even 11-4, but no, that is not the scoreline. The scoreline is 9-6. Lucid Dream still leading by 3 rounds. However, Divine Vendetta on, some people would say, the more favored side. Can they continue this 100% win rate on Nuke, Dinko? The question, the pistol round, I think it's going to be crucial to kind of determine that answer.
Well, Fox with the Glock. It's Ezram to pull it back, though. We're into a 4v4. Ezram just peeks down in towards the door, and well, it's not there. There is no door. Leaf going down because of it. And Fox, oh, this is just a nightmare for Lucid Dream. They're losing so many players in PTC. 1 versus 4 is required of him. He's managed to pick up the first. But any more than this would be unbelievable. While PTC has been a little bit quiet, I would have liked to see them get a bit more involved over on that CT side. Especially with the form and how we were really talking about him being a turning point in Lucid Dream's success in the previous map. Going into this one has been a bit quieter. The bomb not in his possession, 3 players still alive. I do see this as a round win for Divine Vendetta, so we should be looking at 9-7. No bomb plant will ensure that it won't be the full force fight, you know, the AKs, the Galeals. Divine Vendetta may have an opportunity to tie things up.
Are you assuming PTC is not going to win this clutch, Dinko?
I am assuming that, yes.
I think it's logical. But
there's 3 players all in the same position right here, so if he wins it, that will be incredible. And there we go. Tyke takes down PTC, 7 rounds picked up for Divine Vendetta, and Lucid Dream, well, they could go for just, you know, the Tech 9s here and hope for a quick play. That could definitely work.
That could work. That could work. They still have the lead, remember, so they have that little bit of nice taps coming out from Edgeram. They still have a little bit of an opportunity of trying to, you know, they try a few wild things while they do have the lead, but the Divine Vendetta, they play these anti-ecos right. They're going to tie things up 9-all. Full eco from Lucid Dream. A little surprised there. I thought I'd probably just go for the force buy and try and do something with it. The pistol's going to be coming out. There should be just a bomb city coming in for the CTs. Yeah, PTC does get a kill on the edge ram, but that should be it. Leaf left with the Glock. As much of a clutch master as this guy is, Glock versus 4 CTs with the UMPs and a rifle. Yeah, don't see that one happening.
Well, Pokemon with the UMP. Money picked up, Divine Vendetta now, 8 rounds on the board. 1 away from tying things up here on Nuke. 7 at 9. The Toasty McToaster, fire damage, 29. That's not bad. 11 headshots, 42 body hits, 15 limb hits, and 400 wasted bullets. Oof. 69 of his shots have hit, 400 have missed. But then again, a lot of players do like to spam quite a bit, so take that with a pinch of salt. Pepper, or
Also,
any spice that you may want to use.
I like spices. I like using all the spices.
I don't.
Is it really food unless you're crying, Dinko? Is it? It's like a relationship. Like, is it a good relationship without emotions and spice?
I mean, I suppose
Anyway,
tears of joy, I guess, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's bad tears, like, but you gotta feel something. But here we go. Fast Take coming in towards Secret, and Ezra going to be making contact, spacing again a little bit off. Never been a big fan of how Lucid go for these duels at times. Havoc needs to be very aware. He's going to be caught on the open, especially with the MP9. Not the ideal weapon to go for some of these long-range duels. Bomb will be planted. 2 MP9s for Mars and M4. If they can get up a little bit closer, they could try and do something here. However, they're paranoid that he's have a flank on. There might be someone nearby towards the ramp area. Do you have Pokemon and Tyke coming in from Secret? Nate's going to sail in. Won't do any damage onto Mr. John Olsen, who's going to spot 2 players out. Doesn't want to take this fight. It's going to be falling on back. PDC from the vents finds Tyke. And that should be the call for the save here. The 2 rifles make just the 1 rifle remaining Pokemon. We'll have to run for the hills.
Run to
Save the M. Run for... Wait. DMC... no? Yes?
No.
I don't know.
Well, we
Don't
weren't
risk
that
it.
good enough, dude. We're not very good enough at all.
No. Shazam's gonna be like, Shazam, what song is this? I
Cat's
have no
dying.
idea. Great bad. Anyway, yeah, Lucid Dream. The buy comes in, enabled by the fact that went for almost a full eco the previous round. Just, I do believe the P250 and a deagle purchase, and with that, they keep a number of their players alive as well. And for Divine Vendetta, that was kind of a bonus round. They do lose 4 of them, and they just have the 1 rifle saved, so buy will be coming in. But look at the utility. It is quite sparse indeed, and that should be something Lucid Dream should be trying to take advantage of right now.
These are the defining moments in the Divine Vendetta's road here in this best of 3. You lose these crucial rounds at the start of the second half, and that's when Lucid Dream start to have a very convincing scoreline. That's when they take control of the economy. Havoc at least still confident. He's taking those fights towards outside. He's got a little bit of control here as well at the moment. I almost feel like Lucid Dream have to get that control back. Otherwise, there's so much info available that they have to either be ramp or the top side rush that's going to allow the defense just to sit back passively and really bolster their defense here. So, you have to be careful. Lucid Dream, they need to be aware of that.
Being used. I like some of the utility usage from Lucid Dream. They're not relying on pure aim to try and win this map, right? They know how to approach a T side here, and that could present a bit of a challenge. You look at the pace being set. Edgem's alone. Backup needs to arrive real quickly, and he spots at 789. That's a huge kill from Edgem. Now he's trapped. Tyke strikes. Bomb spotted up. It's Fox. Quick trades coming in. Tyke holding on to the lower bombs. A huge round from him. But with 5 seconds remaining, PDC is nowhere to be found. Bombs drop. Rounds gone. Divine Vendetta. They get to round number 9. What a massive, massive hold from Tyke, surviving to 8 HP as well.
That's a very important round, and I feel like from the start of that round, it was looking like Divine Vendetta were actually in a pretty solid position with the outside execute that they denied. You know, there's no control there from Lucid Dream at all. Havoc just kind of solo manning the outside area. And so Lucid Dream, I think they had like the perfect opportunity there to go in towards ramp, because Ezram actually only had, with the UMP I believe it was, he was the only player back on the ramp. So that was almost the perfect place to go for Lucid Dream, and they just can't make it work. Now they have a situation on their hands where they have around 2k average in the bank left over, 2 AKs, a couple of Deagles, P250s, and if anything to go by seeing the last few rounds in Mirage, then this might be a round they pick up, but Pokemon's position is good. He's going to get 1 and a second kill. He'll look up towards top mini, and Olsen's there. John Olsen. And PTC is with a headshot, so 3v4, chance here.
chance here, especially if he can find Pokemon. But he's doing such a great job. He's trying to stay alive and out in the open. His head gets spotted out, but he will win the duel. That's John Alton finally falling. PTC, it's going to come down to him. Previous round, he's unable to do anything. He knows Pokemon's position now. He wants to get this kill. Now, for Pokemon, he's got no utility to try and get out of there. However, he doesn't need to budge. For him to take it down, PTC has to go for the face. But the moment to do that, someone's going to try and ensure the trade takes place immediately from behind to Leaf. Reboosting up PTC. Oh, that is cheeky. That is so cool. Did he get spotted out? I believe he didn't. PTC finds Havoc. Oh, that is genius. He knows exactly where Pokemon is. Another kill going his way. The one AK-47 Denko, it's making it happen.
There's Ram and Tyke. A lot of work to do, 19 seconds. Bomb has to go somewhere at this point. And while Leaf is going to go down on the top side, PTC now, he has to do everything. It has to be the ace clutch as he runs towards the lower bomb site. Ezran can just open the door. Oh, this round's lost. What an unfortunate situation. And Ezran's going to find the headshot. That was definitely heating up, and then it just kind of fizzled out towards the end there.
I would have kind of liked both of them to head towards one of the bombs. I just played that one together, but hey, still a lot of damage being dealt on. What was just pistoled and a saved AK coming out? Huge,
two
huge
AKs coming into the round, I'm pretty sure. So, but all that matters is that PTC actually managed to do something with it. It's a good angle to see that from. Underwhelming though, anticlimactic. And while we get right into things, 10-10 evened up. And while Divine Vendetta, you can see the effects it's had on their economy. They're down to low reserve cash.
Low reserve cash, well. Okay, let's see here now. Score's tied up. It doesn't even feel like Lucid had the lead initially. If you remember the beginning of the game, of this particular map rather, Lucid had a pretty decent lead. It was 4-1, 4-0, 5-0, 5-1, something like that. And all of a sudden, Divine Vendetta brought it back. However, keep an eye on the money of both the sides. Divine, no one above 1,000, no one above 1,000 Lucid Dream as well. And the problem is going to be for Divine more than for Lucid. The city side, you want the utility, you want the superior weaponry and all of that. So, kind of one of those pivotal rounds we're going to be seeing here in this particular map.
Well, 7. He goes down, Fox able to reply, Pokemon coming back in as well. So trade's coming in, but it's favoring Divine Vendetta heavily. The bomb's not on the back of any of these Lucid Dream players, and there's not really enough time to go back and get it at this point either. So we are looking at a round loss as BTC stuck in the vent, and this T side is starting to look a little weak from Lucid Dream, I have to say.
He's got himself in a good position, except he doesn't have the bomb.
More time. So, yeah, I mean, at least he gets 7 AK, but other than that, not a whole lot going for Lucid Dream in this round. Divine Vendetta, they take the lead.
It is looking a little messy, I won't lie. Tyke, E-Tyke, 29 grenades used, utility file. Yeah, it's quite a bit of utility use indeed. A lot of Molotovs as well. He has been stepping up alongside Havoc to kind of mount this comeback for the Middle Eastern side so far. Pokemon has had his moments as well, of course. Some good stuff coming out from the young Tyke. Ahaha.
Little Tyke. Best caught in the world.
Oop.
Fox around the back. Oh, Ezran. Luckily, it doesn't go down. These rounds can spiral out of control so quickly, but Havoc, he's a player you can always rely on for at least 1 or 2, and there we go. He gets 3 kills. That should shut down any chances here. Avdov comes in, cleans up John Olsen, 12-10.
It's a little worrisome that. to come out on top. And these rounds, they need to win these rounds without really losing too many players. So money's still looking a little rough for Divine Vendetta, and you can't count on Lucid Dream. Like I said, they can play this map, albeit obviously it's clear that Divine Vendetta seem to have the superior understanding of how to play this map. You slip up, Lucid Dream just gonna snatch it away from you. Fire Force coming in for Lucid again. They do have the AKs, Molotov smokes, whatnot. PTC snuck up through the wall of smokes, but he might just walk into Davdov's op, and yeah, he should be just done for here. Don't see him really winning this particular duel. And the fact that there's no one nearby means no trades taking place. They will go for the peek towards Havoc, and Havoc has just been such a wall in this ramp area, Dinko. Just been shutting it down all by his lonesome. Yeah, some of them were like anti-eco bashes, but apart from that as well, he does such a good job repositioning himself, keeping them at bay, getting multi-kills. Just being basically the hero, the MVP of Divine Vendetta so far in this tournament.
On the utility coming on in towards the site, it's going to be Fox taking down Ezram. Havoc able to find one. 7 goes down, and now 3 versus 3. 35 seconds left as Tyke holds on. Fox is going to cross back, and he's going to be caught. That gives a huge weakness to Lucid Dream now as they push forward, and Havoc, like I said, always good for at least 1 kill. Finally, is dispelled, but John Olsen looking to mount this round. He'll go forward. The bomb down on the floor, at least tries to, but Davdov close, swings the double doors open. 13-10, we're starting to look at a real possibility that we're going to go into that third map. And well, Lucid Dream, they haven't really got the money available for the goodbye here, so probably a couple of pistols being picked up, small chance again, but I feel like that's been the case for almost the entirety of the second half. It's just Lucid Dream getting the buy-in finally, then losing the round, going back to the pistols.
Yeah, this one seems pretty much done though. Like it just seems like the final rights remaining for the CTs. Sorry, for the Ts here. Line by a little bit of head-to-head. Wow. Okay, that's a big difference between
pretty one-sided
Davdov. Yeah. 22-10. 92 a year, 56. The graphs are a little bit skewed by the looks of it, but yeah, Davdov been struggling a bit today. That's kind of unfortunate. He's one of the backbone of this team, I feel like. Like, you have Havoc, you know, you have Pokemon of the Stars, but then you have someone like Davdov who's been given responsibility of that AWP, and
yeah. Although
he might have put in a few more numbers.
Although I do feel like that Tyke has stepped up quite a bit from what we usually see from him today, so he wasn't there. Who knows what might happen. Divine Vendetta are going to get down in towards the lower bomb site. They cross towards Secret in behind the smokes, and Ezram, he's going to be seen back here with the M484. Flashes up, going to come off the angle, goes back up towards the control room.
Ezram, right above. He knows what's happening. He's hearing all of these noises. With that Davdov creeping up as well. Personally, I'm not a big fan of like the AWP playing a little bit, you know, that close up. Yeah, this is much better. Falls up back to a little bit of safety. The final set of utility will be deployed by the Ts. Bomb. They still look undecided where they want to go. This is such a strange round. Look at the amount of map control the Ts have. 35 seconds on the clock, and they still haven't headed to either of the bomb sites.
Well, it looks like they're definitely going B. I mean, the bomb's down on the double doors here. They're finally going through. Ezram is going to be holding on for it. It's been pretty fantastic so far. 17 kills to his name, but he's been peeked from so many different angles. Smoked down to allow the bomb plant. And Davdov, well, he's got the AWP, and he's going to take down PTC. Good kill, and now 4 versus 4. 34 seconds still on that bomb timer, so plenty of time to get back in here for Divine Vendetta side. Pokemon's taking a good bit of control. His Leaf is going to be overrun. Pokemon just slithering his way in. Now this looks like a round that should be down, but look at the position down in towards the cubby. They haven't cleared this just yet. The late rounds, 7, 8, 9 can pull this off. The Tech 9, the double kill, and now round win possibly on the cards. It's 3 for him, and the time
10 seconds on it. He'll get the defuse in. A nice try from 7 at 9. He can't make it happen for the third. They were just asking too much of it.
If his teammates got just one more frag, one more kill, that would have been the clutch for 7, 8, 9. A little bit of a mistake being made by Divine Vendetta. Tech 9, yeah, coming to play. Great work from him there, but Tyke ensuring that when he goes to the fight, he definitely is there to clutch out one out. But 14 to 10 with Divine Vendetta. Very, very expensive round. And that's the thing, the Lucid Dream, they're keeping the economy in control for Divine Vendetta. They're not able to really build up any bank, so to speak. Now with another buy coming in from the T side. Keeping the pressure on. It's Middle East inside Davdov. It's outside. Got Pokemon to ensure, just holding on to that angle, ensuring it doesn't get flanked from behind. I like this. I like the aggression, but as the smokes do dissipate, they will have to decide what they want to do. Does they want to keep on holding the angle, or do they want to fall on back?
He's going to keep walking forward up until the point where he actually spots something, and then he's kind of forced to fall back and bait them into Pokemon. Nice, that's well played. Pokemon using the distraction of his teammate to take an easy kill. Now 7 at 9 just walks forward. He's already crossed and Havoc goes down. This is one of the times he doesn't get a kill. 7 at 9. Instead of just taking the ramp control, he's like, okay, I'm going to walk into hell and take another frag here. That's going to be a man advantage. 7 at 9 taking the round into his own hands. Although they try to commit to the bomb plant, no one's watching the double door. Ezran can just swing it wide open. Takes one and a second kill. He's been incredible as the B anchor here. The last round he was overrun, but this time a different position taken, and he's now pulled it into an advantage, an actual winnable position for his teammate. And on 7 at 9, they're going to go up towards the A bomb site again. PTC with a bomb in his back. 19 seconds, not really much room for error right now. So they go forward, they'll get that bomb down, but it's going to be a 3 versus 2 retake.
Just want to point out, Dinko, they had 3 Molotovs and I think 2 smokes. They didn't use a single one.
Yeah, that's annoying.
They didn't use a single one and just try to get the bomb down with no one marking double doors. Just absolutely abysmal from Lucid Dream. I feel like they just deserve to lose this round. Oh, you see? Spots out a player. Now he's not going to budge from this angle. Just going to hold on to it. 7 to 9 gets a kill on the Pokemon. And PDC is so aware of the player coming out there. But Tyke trying his best. But Sao Lucid Dream, they hold on. What a round from 7, 8, 9 once more. But my God. They're making it so hard for themselves. It's frustrating.
Yeah, that's a scenario where it's just a hero play from 7 at 9, getting him into that position. They're not playing great Counter-Strike right on this T side. I mean, so much utility unused. The double doors is one of the main points you look at, especially if you're planning there. I mean, there's no one watching him. There's no one watching that double door.
Welcome to my nightmare.
Well, Leaf, okay, he's already out the A-bomb site. He's taking down Tyke, who was in the air at the time of happening. Leaf just plucks him out of the air, and Fox able to get another. Oh, that's job done. Round 1 already. Well, that's quick. Well, next round, serve it up.
Fast food coming up, coming for you guys. It is going to be 14 to 12. As Lucid Dream, yeah, they're not quite done yet. They still want to try and grind this one back, and why not? They have broken the money for Divine Vendetta. The previous round, Divine's like, oh, we're going to go for the first buy, going to work out, and Lucid's like, nah, that's not going to happen. They smack them down, and that is why Divine Vendetta, when we won some of those rounds earlier on, they wanted to win them a little more cleaner, because 14 to 12, you're just there, Dinko. You just need 2 more rounds to take it to map number 3. Instead, now you're staring down a barrel of the scoreline being 14 to 13. If you lose that as well, Lucid could get to map point before you do.
Well, that's a weird scenario to think about. If I'm Divine Vendetta, I'm starting to get a little bit scared about that. I'd love to see Lucid Dream just keep up this aggression. That would be incredible. This kind of round, they're going up against a potential stack, so it wouldn't really make too much sense to go straight to that top side rush. So they do slow down things a little bit coming into this round. A
not really. I mean, this stack towards outside from Divine Vendetta at least had some sort of plan. I mean, I hate when teams go into these kind of rounds just with a default setup. I love to see a plan at least come in. They have stacked quite a few forces towards outside. But Lucid Dream, they've been avoiding Yard for pretty much the entirety of this half, it feels like. They don't really put much presence there. They don't really think about that as an area of the map that they need to work with as much.
I agree with you. Especially the first part, what you said, like, you know, the fact that when teams go for a stack, you're maximizing your chances, right? There's something happening out. Yeah, it might look gimmicky. More often than not, it's not going to work out, but it's better than just playing defaults with USPs. Here it comes, though. We're going to expect this is a question. 7, check 7. He's like, oh, there's no one there. Ah, there's Hulk jumping out! And have taken 2 kills! That is huge! Although, with that, PDC is able to recover it back. Havoc finds one. The spray from John Olsen. That's good damage. That is excellent damage, Dinko. 3 kills, 25 USPs, and they all come flooding down. That must have been a nightmare scenario. It's like weaponized lemmings of death just dropping down.
And that's not something that you really that's like stuff of nightmares, really. Can you imagine? Well, they all do just kind of run over the top of you, so they would kind of be like kamikaze sort of lemmings, I guess.
That's the only thing that came to my mind.
Yeah. Oh well, PTC sends back here in towards the lobby. AWP looking down in towards the A bomb site. Molotov at the ready. A slower approach this time for Lucid Dream. They realize how important this round is. You know, you win this, you get rid of that economy again for Divine Vendetta. You're 14-14. You're in the driver's seat. You're actually the team that are primed and ready to take this map. ETC hyping himself up to go around this corner. Havoc currently waiting down and towards the ramp. He clears the top box position early. He realizes there's no one up there. Now Havoc repositioning with the Molotov biding his time. 53 seconds, they're running the clock down. Davdov towards Secret. A bullet will come his way. One of the rounds they do have outside presence here for the T side. It's just the one player in the form of 789, but he's been a one-man army in a lot of these rounds, so if you're going to entrust a player of taking down one area of the map, it would certainly be him.
He's waiting for the smoke to dissipate. Oh, the timing, perfect timing on the peak from Pokemon, but again, 7, 8, 9 is going to come down to, I want the timing to be perfect here. They're going to push on together. They're around the corner. 7, 8, 9 doesn't pre-fire, and Edgeram and Tyke, they shut it down. That should be it. That should be it. Perfect hole coming out from Tyke and Edgeram. That he should have cleared the corner perfectly. If he got that kill, which he should have if he got the pre-fire on, they would have just left Tyke alone on that bomb site, and then he would have got pincered, and maybe, like, see, World of Lucid Dream could have potentially won that round or taken the upper bomb site, but great hold from Divine Vendetta nonetheless. So we're going to finally see them close it out, Dinko, or are we going to see Lucid Dream maybe try and push it to overtime? Because if they win this round, money, it won't be terrible for Divine Vendetta, but it'll still be a rough buy.
Well, charge down and towards ramp. They're going to be sending multiple players here. Davdov with 1 kill and go back for another kill as well. That's 2 collected. Now 7 at 9 getting a good double. Davdov and Havoc both going down. And we've got ourselves a 3 versus 3 into such an important round. You lose this and Lucid Dream out of the running here on Nuke. We head to a third map. BTC sprints to the lower bomb site, gets the digits punched in. Now sets back. The time ticking. Lucid Dream looking to step to 14. Divine Vendetta looking to take their time to get back in, but it's not working. Time going down. 7 at 9 comes down to the timing. He looks away, and Pokemon gets rid of him. Now 2 versus 2 as they sprint to the lower site. Pokemon's going to hear the footsteps of Leaf coming in from behind, but Pokemon turns all on PTC. Can he save the day for his team? The 1 versus 2. The first is Ejam. He's going to come around the corner, and PTC gets rid of him. The flashbang as well. A 1 versus 1, and PTC keeps the dream alive. It may be Lucid, but it's 15-14.
The dream is indeed very lucid at the moment. 1 more round, and I was talking about the money, Dinko. The money's terrible. Ty can buy. Havoc can buy, I guess, but the rest of them, 3,250 in Pokemon. Edgeram on like 2K, Davidoff. Yeah, pistols coming out. Edgeram will be dropped the M4 by Tyke, which is curious. I feel like Tyke has been phenomenal with the rifles, and I would rather have him keep it. FAMAS, 2 FAMASes, 1 M4.
FAMAS.
Oh yeah, 2 FAMAS. Yes.
Yeah, Mitch gave us a nice little
lesson.
Reason as to why they were called just the FAMAS.
It's like, yeah.
Flex a little bit of French, even though he's definitely not fluent, but
he does. Yeah, he gives me those French vibes.
He does speak a little bit of French. He knows some words at least. I mean, clearly he knows how to order a Big Mac, that's for sure. And now it's gonna be the play out towards outside. The smoke's up. The wall of smoke's in play. Now Fox gets down in towards the lower stats.
Yeah, fast take coming out from Lucid Dream towards Secret, and all 5 players. They will leave 789 holding the flank. I want to see 789 with the T's on this. Look at this. Look at this, Dinko. They've kind of set up this it's kind of a trap, but instead a trap's going to be completely ripped apart. Edgeram and Havoc left. Fortunately, these are the 2 players that got the rifles to work with. Havoc with the FAMAS. Are they going to be aware of his position? And he got 3 kills, and instead of going to be heading on up, Leaf is going to be holding the back lines, is he? And this looks like it's going to be time, Dinko.
Yeah.
I don't see a world where, Divine Vendetta bring it back.
A second overtime
divine intervention
of the tournament so far. Or R1 at least. We've had 3, I think, in total now, so Bitch and Jetson got 1. We might just have our second one here, unless Ezram could do something from heaven here. Havoc is the main player. His tensions have been drawn, and Ezram just dropping down. John Olsen, hello! Turn the headset on, BTC with a headshot, and now it's Havoc alone in a 1 versus 3. Comes back into the side, but the time is ticking. Havoc, oh, he's gonna go down. There it is, overtime player. More rounds.
All the rounds, all the maps, you love to see it. I like the scoreline, the 4 players for Divine Vendetta getting over 20 kills. Davdov, Dave having a rough game. And for Lucid Dream as well, I think we see 3 players. It's 789 has been phenomenal alongside PDC and Fox. And of course Leaf and John Alton comparatively a little bit quieter. But yeah, everyone's stepping up in the server, it feels like. Apart from Davdov having a little bit of a rough map here. But overtime coming in, 10k start money. Everything's reset again, and the pressure is back on for Divine Vendetta. Those of you again tuning in, map 1, you can see the little bit of dot on your HUD up there, showing that Lucid Dream did win map number 1, which was their map against Mirage, very convincingly, in fact. And Divine Vendetta, they need this map win to keep the series alive. If Lucid Dream win this overtime, it's going to be a quick 2-0.
Yeah, and that's definitely heartbreaking for Divine Vendetta. They're doing their best to try and get this under the belt. They're trying to keep that 100% win rate on Nuke in PAL 2020. I think Divine Vendetta, for their chances moving forward in this tournament, for seeing them potentially be a dark horse to take on some of the teams, I feel like beating Lucid Dream is such an important matchup for them. Especially because we look at some of these teams, and I'm sure this will be a statement that some may not agree with, but arguably Divine Vendetta would be one of the teams in consideration to be one of the bottom teams out of all of the rosters we've got, right? In terms of who we've got available, mainly Mazla, I think they're pretty much confirmed the bottom spot right now. Everybody looks much better than them. But the other teams, it's up for grabs. We went into this saying Lucid Dream, but if they're looking better as they get more matches under their belt, so potentially here, if they beat Divine Vendetta, this could be one of the most decisive matchups of who actually finishes bottom alongside Mazla.
I agree with you. And you can't really blame anyone for having that particular, the bias, so to speak, right? Because Divine Vendetta, they only play in the region. We don't really see much from them. They have the ping disadvantage. They basically wear just a mixed team, coming in as Camel Riders, winning the Asian Minor. But hey, in the end. Right,
yeah,
so we do seem to, sorry, a little bit of technical issues, it feels like, which is why we do have the pause coming in right now.
Yeah, it's over on Divine Vendetta side, and it's not just technical issues they have, they've also got issues inside of the game right now, and it hasn't really been working well for them. Just a small note as well, I know Mitch is having a hard time looking at the screen right now. 10k overtime, it's not the greatest, not what everybody likes to see, but it is the system we work with here in Valve events, in Perfect World events.
Hold on. I feel like we've been fortunate that they're considering, for me, all these online games, now that Switch completed online, it takes me back to 2013, 2014, where everything was pretty much, most of the events were just online, and we saw so many technical issues, DDoSes, whatnot, but we've been blessed with very minimal technical issues, considering everything is happening online and whatnot, but here we go, everything fixed. Whew. That is unfortunate. Fox gets his kneecap. Oh my lord, that is PDC almost getting the kill. But Daftov survives, able to recover in time. PDC put in some pain here. Although, Fox just hobbling along. 17 HP, getting legged with an AWP. Early skirmish, but no one really coming out on top there.
I'd say maybe a little edge here to Divine Vendetta in terms of at least the health, but now they're going to group up in numbers, and Havoc, he's going to pick off the low HP player. Fox gone, but at least they're able to get the trade immediately after. So 3 versus 3 in towards the lower bomb site. Lucid Dream run. Smoke to the double door. We do love to see that, the smoke for the double door. And there's Ram, he's going to be here at the bottom of the stairs. Leaf gets rid of him, that's the way you clear it. And now Tyke and Dibidov. Can they do anything into this 2 versus 3? Tyke needs to be careful around this corner. Currently with Leafy. Oh, the smoke! Oh, you hate that. You've all been there. Oh, that's one of the worst scenarios that can play out in Counter-Strike. Daftov, the 1 versus 3, just unwinnable. He realizes money is an issue here in 10k overtime, so he's going to be saving.
He's going to be saving. What was the op? Still trying to find it. Oh no, nothing saved. That's hard. That's really odd. If they lose the second round, no money. That's a danger with 10k overtime. Havoc going to be buying up his AWP nonetheless. Still has a little bit of extra cash. A double off setup coming out. That's okay. It's going to be, I guess, a similar setup though, but Havoc this time with the AWP. Maybe getting helped out by, I don't know, maybe by Pokemon. Just trying to go aggressive towards ramp, towards the trophy room, radio, whatever you call it. And Daftov maybe playing, there we go, aggression coming out from them. And it's going to be Havoc. Oh, you can't miss that! You can't miss that! You're going to do it again. The fast play coming in towards ramp. At least there's another player though waiting around towards lower Pokemon. But, well, Pokemon, sometimes you just catch nothing. And with that, 5-3. Save your gun right now. Save your guns. Pronto.
I almost feel a little bad because for the majority of this game, I've talked about how Havoc has been fantastic in towards that ramp hold. I feel like Lucid Dream have actually started to see a bit of a weakness towards the ramp. Now, Havoc hasn't been awful. I mean, he's still getting 1 kill, but not in this scenario, but in this round. But in the previous, he gets 1 kill. But I feel like that ramp hold needs adjusted. We're starting to run out of rounds here to do so for Divine Vendetta. I think maybe getting the AWP over there to try and support early on, maybe a boost going on. I think just having 1 player down in towards the ramp just isn't the right call. We've seen immediately they lose the ramp control so quickly. Even when Divine Vendetta, we've seen a couple of players in towards the ramp room. In regulation, it wasn't working so well. And they've lost so many weapons that at least the AWP saved over. 17-15. I'd be interested to see if Lucid Dream goes straight back into that ramp pit again. I'd be more interested to see if Divine Vendetta do anything differently in terms of their approach.
Well, they did manage to win, not win, but do quite a bit of damages with USPs earlier, and this is a much better buy than the USPs, right? You got a 5.7 FAMAS UMP and the UMP, as well as the M4 enhanced veg ramp. Lucid Dream, I don't think they're going to do the same thing again. It will be smoked off this time around, but my word, 2 back-to-back very, very convincing kills coming in. The aggression comes out though, and I think they're aware. They're like, alright, 1 player pushed in 100%. There's another CD right next to him. I love the switcher from Lucid. 2 quick back-to-back, and Fox is aware. Fox is so ready. We're having to peer around the corner. I love the patience coming out from Lucid Dream here, and Havoc Will it work out? He's going to be pushing a little bit more deeper. But Fox, what? What is that? How did he even know? That's ludicrous from John Olsen. But Daftov replies back.
Yep, 2 kills coming back in. Pokemon and Daftov put this into a winnable position for Divine Vendetta. I feel if they lose every single round here, it's going to be a big issue moving into the second half of overtime. And PTC says no. It's all on Daftov with the AWP. A 1 versus 3. They're on B. I just do not see a way in which Daftov can pull this off. Okay, the shot lands through the wall, but again under pressure, the no-scope. Okay, Leaf, he's gone out of the round, and Daftov's not too far away from landing that one either. He's clearing the positions as quickly as he can, but Fox's position, look at it. This is going to be impossible. A double peak would come through. PTC is going to seal it. 18-15, flawless T-half coming in for Lucid Dream. Now they have 3 opportunities to take it off the line. And PTC has come into his own towards the end of this. He was quiet, I have to say, in comparison to his Mirage performance at the start of this game, but he has shown up towards the later stages, and that's all that matters. He's delivering impact.
He is indeed, and PDC. But that shot from John Olsen, just running across it, like, how do you react to that? Like, there was no chance in hell for Havoc to make that work. It was impossible for him to win that duel. Instant delete. And you can't even blame, Divine Vendetta for going for a little bit of aggressive play. They had to make it work. They just had a 5-7 UMP, trying to force a fight to happen. But Lucid Dream, you just slow it down. They played very slow, and they just win it by basically having the CDs walk into the direction. So 1 round is all Lucid need, and they have 3 opportunities, Dinka, like I mentioned. So, well, Divine Vendetta, it sucks to be them. I thought Nuke would probably go their way, but that little voice in my head was telling me that Lucid Dream's going to make it 2-0. It seems like there was an element of truth in it.
Your voices are correct today, and I'll be interested to hear your thoughts on what the voices are saying about Tyloo versus Ricci coming up after this as well. So this matchup,
I'm only hearing pained yelling right now in my ears.
Well, that's not a good sign. That certainly isn't a good sign at all. But good art to execute here from Divine Vendetta. Good smokes coming in. Was hell and heaven. Fox though, smokes will eventually fade. Tyke's head. Oh, it's gonna be spotted. An opening kill here for the Lucid Dream, and this might just be the demise of Divine Vendetta. Avdov is getting a reply with a trade kill. 35 seconds left, and Fox is still back in CT spawn. Knows they're not coming up towards heaven, nor hell. That's what secret is the call.
For a moment I was worried John Alton would spot Havoc climbing down the ladder, but Havoc had dropped down. The second he does, there's no other opportunity apart from coming down the ladder. John Alton, he's on the hunt. This could be it, Dinko.
Oh, he's down behind 3 of them. That's the ball on the floor. The second as well.
GG.
He just hammers the nails into the coffin. And that Pokemon, well, he's got to fight. It's not going to work for him. 19-15. Overtime, it's flawless from Lucid Dream. They will take the series 2-0. They've grown into this tournament. They're looking good. And I think with this performance and this kind of showing from Lucid Dream, this is starting to be a team that I can see being safe from those bottom 2 spots.
Yeah, this is the saving game for them, right? I still feel like they have a long way to go, but for Divine Vendetta, I feel like this is the game they should have won to kind of ensure they don't get bottomed out at the end.
Ayun, naro-roll ko na guys. Roll na natin yung giveaways. Ayun, naro-roll ko na guys. Roll na natin yung giveaways. Ayun, naro-roll ko na guys. Ano ba to? Wait lang kayo guys ha. Wait lang guys. Maghintay kayo guys. Chill lang kayo. Tagal eh. Tagal mag-login. Wait lang guys. Yan na guys, roll ko na guys Yan na guys, roll na natin. Sino kayang mananalo? Ayan, congrats sa'yo OG Waki. Salamat sa panonood. See you next stream ulit guys. Yan, congrats sa'yo OG Waki. Ikaw ang nanalo ng ating daily giveaways. May nanalo na guys ha.